Oh, we're live.
We're live.
I'm a
Don't do it
pixel.
fucking live.
All
Hey,
right.
Ann. How's it
Hi.
going? Good to see
Long
you.
long exhale, technical issues. Yeah. Hi, it's great to see you.
Yes, it's always this is, I just was like thinking this is like the greatest thing ever to just like be able to hang out. It really is. I mean, take him or leave him. This is not a comment about whether we agree with him or not, but Bill Maher has a what's it called? He calls it like, I don't know, he's got some man cave or something where he gets his buddies, whoever they are, who's the Woody Allen just was his guest, and they talk for like 3 hours, and he says to them like, we never hang out. Like we don't go to dinner. Like we don't hang out. Like we can't hang out. You're
Bill
busy. I'm
Maher
busy
says this to
to
Woody
his
Allen.
guests,
Okay, okay.
right?
Yeah,
And he
yeah.
says like, this is a good excuse for us to hang out. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to hang out with you. I'm always working,
That's sort
and
of our story together.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's kind of nice to be able to just have an excuse to hang out because I love hanging out with you, and it's like it's a little treat that I get
It's
to have.
always really fun, that's for sure.
Yeah, I feel like we need like I feel like we maybe have the same problem where I've been accused of. I was thinking about that we were talking about last time about our favorite, like what would be the greatest like last Phish song ever, and I had said, do you remember Trey had said it was
You
yeah,
said show of life, which I thought
yes.
was cheesy. And I don't remember what I said.
I can't believe you disagree with
Maybe
Show of
fluff.
Life.
Oh God, no. I mean, maybe fluffhead.
Fluff would be amazing, but there's a line in there's a bunch of there are a handful of cheesy lines in Show of Life, but there's one that is, my mind is racing, and this morning my mind is racing, and I have a feeling that like our minds are always, maybe mine more than yours, I'm not sure.
You have been accused of having a racing mind, and I have too. I have accused myself of these things.
Okay. Well, I once was told that like I'm like a fire hose that needs to be pointed. And I feel like and maybe you're also a fire hose that needs to be pointed. And it's a little bit of the blind leading the blind here, but I wonder if,
That's a true story. That's a
and maybe
true
we need like a
story.
third person. So speaking of which, we may be lucky enough to have a third person pop on later. But before we do that, let's just set the stage here. This or whichever freaking side we're on is my homie Andrea. We're
This
all
is
saying
Brian
from Boulder,
Peterson,
Colorado. Well, from New
Tokyo
York.
Record style.
And we're old homies. And if this is the first time you're tuning in, this is we go way back to the '90s, to practically teenage years almost. We're not high school homies. We're
We're
after
early
that
20s.
early 20s,
We're
very early 20s.
just coasting into adulthood.
I think I may have met you,
Maybe
actually I was
no.
19. I may have been 20, you may have
No,
been
because
19.
you're older than I am, and I don't think I met you
I think
until
I'm
after I had Cass, and I was 19 then, so you would have been 20.
anyway, okay, so we're splitting hairs, but at any rate, we go way back.
I'm probably
and
right.
actually I wanted to go all over the place today. I have a lot of
I
places
can
I want to
tell
go.
your mind is
My
racing.
mind is
Actually,
racing.
I think the line is my heart is
Is
racing.
that the line? I
I
wonder.
see people and the friends that I recall. I'd like to take
Take
this
this
time
time
to
to
thank you
thank you
all.
all. What's the next one? You remember? It's the good. The next one's good.
Just as the blind
Line.
imagine, as it is to have sight, we slowly take a
That's it. She's
stroll.
into the night.
It's
Yes.
a limited time that we exist. Oh,
This.
wait, no.
It's a limited time that we
You find
we
us.
find
Anyway.
ourselves in the show of life. That's such a great song. I can't believe that song is
It's
like
a little
cheesy.
one-to-one. That's what it makes it cheesy. Like, where's the soft, cloying metaphor? You know,
I disagree, but okay, to each his own. Yeah,
sight, night.
I
Sometimes
see what
I
you're saying. I
get,
see what you're saying.
I
Well, okay,
mean, yeah, I've
that's
got
a
that
place.
critical mind. So I am critical of too many adverbs, even though I love an adverb in Steam. And I'm critical sometimes of like the cheesy rhymes and like the heartfelt song. It like, I don't know. It's like,
That's
You know
fair.
when you put stevia in your coffee by accident?
I don't have that problem, but okay, yes.
Yeah,
That's
or like you eat like candy with monk fruit and you get that gross like hangy on saccharine feeling in your mouth. You don't know that?
no, but
Uh,
I can hear it. I
that's
get it. I guess.
sometimes what the grammar does to me, the rhyme scheme. It's fine, it's
Well,
fine.
speaking of grammar, just again to set this context here for anybody, like Andrea is an English teacher. I'm a hacky, writer,
You're
appreciator of the written word,
creative.
and we've made this podcast essentially impromptu podcast, strong and wrong. We keep calling it, where we get together and read short or long form sort of essays and articles and whatever we can find about our beloved shared appreciation for this beloved band we love, Phish. So and Phish has a lot of detractors, but we're out and proud. We've been fans from way back when.
We are not detractors. We have big hearts for Phish. We have critical ears for Phish. And yeah, we go back. Just
You just
also to
Yeah,
set the stage,
yeah.
Brian is in Tokyo, Japan. It's early morning for him. I'm
Sorry,
in
Martin.
Boulder, Colorado. It is early evening on Friday. And here we meet up. Here we meet in the middle.
Yes, in the what?
In the buffer?
No, in the something. Come on, in the
In the
now.
along.
In the along.
We are living
In
in the
the
along.
we're in the along.
Yes. To quote
So
Gwendolyn Brooks, American poet.
my
Chicago, 1930 to 2000.
I've got a few things I want to quote here. I want to say hello to the chat here. So Gus is in the house, and I'm having a
Hi,
little bit of
Gus.
technical tech. Gus is a real cool cat. Is his comment
Yes.
coming up? Because I can't even see it.
I saw that you jumped on my last live streaming, but for some reason, you and the other two profiles didn't show up for me on the restream chat log. I only realized this afterwards, rewatching it.
Yeah, no worries.
Sorry.
No,
No
so
worries,
and then I
Gus.
just this was he wrote this the other day. But hold on, here's a little here's a little
Portuguese.
tangent. You know, did you grow up? Like how far did you go in learning Hebrew? You went to Hebrew school, I assume.
I went to Hebrew school.
Did you learn for your bar mitzvah? Did you learn like a handful of songs and phrases? And can you carry on a Yiddish conversation?
I
How
cannot
much?
carry on a conversation. I can say something like shalom
Okay.
and mostly kind of like Latin. It's more for me like a reading language. You read it in like a prayerful way, I guess. I haven't
But
gone to
you
temple in a long time, but I am looking at a copy of the Torah as I sit here
okay,
that
and
my light is stacked upon. So
you
I
wouldn't be able to like pick up words if you heard
no,
Hebrew, not even
like
a
Yerushalem
right.
or,
Okay, that's about it.
Baruch
And you're saying for
Atah.
your so any relatives that is that I mean, was it ever in the air at all? I'm just curious because I love it. I love the sound of Hebrew, and I have a feeling that it's got a connection to Portuguese, which is why I bring it up.
Oh,
I don't. It doesn't have a connection per se linguistically, but it's to my ear, French, Hebrew, and Portuguese. These three languages, and Hebrew is sort of the outlier. Those languages, to me, have a beauty about them that other languages don't.
hmm.
And is that hitting on anything for you? No, not really.
For me, I mean, I think that Hebrew is musical for me because that's the context that I probably have learned it most in. Um,
Us, we grew up going to see Samba Dende and the whole Brazilian community in Boulder, and Portuguese was in our ear, and certainly in our 20-year-old ears, and I assume it's still going. It's really strong. And I remember when
Hannes.
Ty Hammis, Ty Hammis, when he came back from a year in Brazil, I was dumbfounded to see like a young, you know, suburban white dude speaking in what I thought was sort of like perfect Portuguese.
Hmm.
He was like the first dude who I knew, I think, who like learned another language, like, and it was proficient in it. That I don't know. I that made an impression on me. We were at those shows together. Did you ever play in Samba Dende?
I never played in Samba Dende.
But
Brazilian music is not my jam. I was on the Cuban side of
right.
that time period more
And
so.
is Cuban Spanish similar to everyday Spanish? To like, I mean, can you
Español y portugués son similar. Es verdad.
But is this because so that band that you're referring to, the Cuban side, was Ia Ami, which was they were singing songs of the Ora Seco or something like this, right?
Yes, Brian,
And
deep roots. Yes, we were.
but you guys had to learn long pieces of, I assume, Spanish. Is it like is it an ancient Spanish or
no? Because this language,
yeah? But it's all that's what,
no, but it comes from West Africa. So the
right.
singing language was Yoruban, or it
Yoruban.
is Yoruban.
Yoruban. Okay.
And
but
that is a Nigerian language.
I see. Okay. So
Also
it's all
very
mixed
musical.
Up.
Yeah.
Anyway, these guys, Gus is he's a hard rock dude, heavy metal guy kind of in YouTube land, but he's an all around musical appreciator. But I just like he had
is he from Brazil? What's the Portuguese?
I think he's from Portugal, but he lived in Brazil for some 10 years, and it was 4 dudes just talking about music in Portuguese, and I loved the sound of it so much that I could listen to it for like just not really having a clue what they're talking about. Although they did mention a few things, I was like, oh, Rita Lee, or
do you remember that band Os Mutantes?
Yeah.
Yes, they were lovely. The Brazilian Beatles, I think they were affectionately known as in their time.
Ninja Cat Matt's in the house. I'm
Cat.
video golfing with my clubs, so I'll chat less. Okay, but I'm listening.
Video golfing?
Interesting. Okay, with my club.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, cool.
Titleist. One who titles.
Okay, you mentioned Hijira earlier. Amelia is one of my favorites.
Amelia.
Oh, the song Amelia.
Dreams and false alarms.
I've got a little thing I want to go out. Driving solo to California next Friday. Is this for sure? This next Friday, or is the tour opens? The Phish tour.
That's not in California though.
Okay,
sorry, pardon my finger.
Where are they going? Do we know?
We don't know where it starts. Southeast.
Okay.
Afro Cuban jazz.
So let me just I got a couple of little places I want to go.
And all right, you're driving tonight.
I'm driving a little bit, but I need you to kind of get us back on track when needed. Let me.
What should I do? Should I have a hand signal?
No, we can go. It doesn't matter where we. It doesn't matter how far we get. Okay, so. Oh God, we got to figure out how we're gonna move. Read Icculus. We didn't explain what Read Icculus is, but I guess we did. Read Icculus. Andrea, what should the people do?
You know what you need to do, people. You should read the book.
Read the fucking book.
Read the fucking book, and then you will know
who the fucking guy is who wrote the fucking book. Okay,
and what the book is. It's not that hard. You just read it.
Okay, so read the book, and what did I want to say? Oh, so maybe we're streaming on Tokyo Record Style, but maybe eventually we need to make a Read Icculus YouTube channel. And I propose.
But I love being on Tokyo Record Style. Well, I feel extra cool because of it. I will say.
Oh, that's.
No, for real. I'm like, yo, I like broadcast from Tokyo. My podcast.
We can do both, but at some point, here's the reason I bring it up is because
whatever you want. I mean, you are our executive producer and all of our tech, and so
I want to see. I don't know if I can ever actually like rally you to do this, but I want to see what an Andrea channel might turn into. I want to see what that could be. And I know you're like busy and you're too distracted and you got other things and it's like too much computer time and I need real life people. I get it. But at the same time, like I got a $5 super chat on on a little stream that I hosted right before this one, where I just was like, "Yo, everybody, I'm gonna be streaming with Andrea in 45 minutes." Somebody threw a $5 super chat at me, JBB, and I want to give a little shout out to JBB. But those $5 super chats, those could be coming to us, and we could be finding a way to, I don't know, like level up somehow. Not sure.
I hear you, and
Right.
I love the idea, and I am not averse. It just makes me recoil slightly.
Oh, fair enough.
In
Fair
all
enough.
honest terms, you know.
But anyway, I
The
wanted to say
internet is a dicey place, Brian.
it is.
And it like putting myself out there, I feel self-conscious. I have to sit with my cringe. It's like not always the best for all the places of my heart, if you know what I mean. You
I
know.
hear you, and good on you to be protective of yourself. I'm a little
But
bit
I like our focused
overexposed.
conversations, and
Mhm.
I like the sort of realm that we are inhabiting. You know,
Yeah.
that gives me so much joy. But me being like a YouTube song and dance person to get flamed in the chats because I'm a girl, like, no, that
Fair
shit's
enough.
real. And
No,
I don't know.
I respect
The
you.
future
But
is unknown, though. On the other side of things, I'm a Libra, and you know.
happy birthday-ish. Sorry, you probably
Oh,
had a
you
birthday.
too, Brian.
Yeah.
Your birthday's right around the corner. Brian's birthday
No.
is
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
coming up.
it's
Throw him a 5 spot in the chat, friends.
cheers. No, actually, I don't care if it's out there, but I just yeah,
It's coming up.
You do have to be a little bit protective of yourself. I probably have already I've probably already announced it. I mean,
I'm
I
sure
might as
you
well.
did. I'm sure you
It's
did.
yeah. Anyway, there's a hint. There's a hint right here. There's a hint right there. You can't really see
A
what that is,
car?
Ian.
I see a
Yeah, it's a
plastic
car. Yeah,
car.
there's a
All
plastic
right.
car.
For your birthday.
So
Speaking of things behind us, you
Mhm.
won't be able to see it, and I'm not gonna like move the phone all the way.
Maybe I
But
can make you big. Hold on. Let me see if I
I
can
don't
make you
know.
big.
It's Milo made this for me. It's a little city and it's a little street in Japan.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
And you put all the pieces together and it's got like you turn off the light and turn it on. Next time I'll figure out how to zoom in so you can come with me in my tiny little Japan. But while we're showing off things behind us, that's what's going on.
Yeah. Oh my God. This is so bad. I can't control anything. It's just a little bit frustrating. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm doing my best here, but something about the resizing of the app and my multi-monitor setup is not playing nice. Come on, guys.
Are you not able to see the chat or something?
It's hard, but I'm doing my best here.
Okay.
I couldn't afford Phish on East Coast, so I'm following a budget band. And oh yeah, who was it? Dogs in a Pile.
Some national parks. That sounds
He
so
mentioned
lovely.
to me Dogs in a Pile.
Nice.
Not me. 1971. Okay, we're all Virgos. I'm okay. I'll give it up. My little hint here. It's a Porsche 911. I'll leave it at that.
Oh,
Okay.
I see. It is a car.
Okay, so but
yeah, Virgos. I'm
I
a Libra. I'm October, baby.
I want to I have a little thing I want to go off here on, Anne, if you'll just indulge me. So one of the guys who sent me so I was on a thing the other day. Let's talk about memory for a little bit. Actually, here's a great. I know.
You're everywhere, bro. Drink that coffee.
Look at this. Look at this, Anne. Look at this.
Is it Rift?
It's Riff.
Our favorite album, the best Phish album
Your
ever.
favorite album.
The best Phish album ever.
Arguably, I'm not going to debate you,
right.
but it just arrived. My daughter went to America and she brought this back with her.
Oh,
I had it
love.
right.
Yeah,
and I got Rift on wax. I got
Round
Round Room.
Like your home collection.
Yes, it was just
like in your childhood bedroom still.
Basically, yes.
Yeah,
but prohibitively expensive to send to the States, so I just waited till they came. And then this I have to
Round
tell
room,
you.
I am not really that familiar with as
That's
Phish
okay.
goes.
This is just. I'm going to go into
Oh,
these, but
Farmhouse, a classic.
so this is the re-release of
Three
Farmhouse.
three
This is the
pack.
OG Farmhouse, but the recent,
And a CD, I believe I saw.
yeah, the recent Farmhouse that just got re-released, which is not as valuable and coveted as the OG, which is I just showed off there, also had included a 7-inch, and the 7-inch on it had the 2 extra bonus
Yes,
tracks.
which someone sent to you recently,
Well,
didn't
did
they?
they? I
You
maybe.
got, or they were like 2 little records, like the 45s.
That was this. That was 2 sound checks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But at any rate, yeah. So but here's the tragedy is that on the Japanese import, on the Japanese CD, they actually the CD includes the 2 missing tracks that are on
Oh,
US versions. It's got Driver,
oh,
I don't
cool.
the driver that lives inside my head, and Mist. And
Miss.
they weren't on the US
Huh.
releases, and so then they put them on a
Miss.
7-inch, and they re-released Farmhouse on and those 2 bonus tracks came on a 7-inch, and I was so excited. I ordered it, and I ordered it to my folks' house. My daughter went home. She picked up these records. I was so excited for the 7-inch. These the only reason I
She
ordered this.
forgot the little guy.
I think my mom threw it out. She didn't
No,
see it.
Lynn.
I
No, come
know.
on. Would
Come
she
on.
really have done that?
Accidentally, I think she did
Did
because
you
it's.
talk with her about it?
I did. I don't want to make her feel bad about it. It's only like
Okay,
15 bucks.
okay.
It's not that big of a deal. But I was just like,
Eek.
ouch.
Parental faux pas. They just do these things.
It's okay. So I'm gonna make a little video about them. But memories. Let's just memories real quick. I've touched on well, just give me some memory. What are some memories of Rift?
Well, okay.
We've
Before
talked
I
about them? Yeah.
jump into personal memories, did you
Hmm.
just want to say that I was talking with a colleague about this today? We were talking about science and poetry, and he was saying that at one point, scientists spent like 50 years trying to find some sort of chemical component of memory and like distill it down into like, I could shoot my memories into you. And of course, that didn't work because that's not where memory lives. I always thought that that was such an interesting question. Where does memory live? If you think about all the things that you never think about, in my mind, I have this little sort of tableau of a file cabinet, and
Hmm.
I can sometimes use my imagination and go all the way down and pull out the file and dig through it and find the memory. But I always love that sort of where does memory live? So some great memories of what? Rift was your
Well,
original
hold
question.
on. Now that we're going this deep into memory, this is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about memory. And
Great, then
I
let's
was
just go right there
I was
because
so no, it's
I'm
fun
here
that
for it.
you go, but before we go like to the actual memories, like, do you have a good memory? Do you consider yourself to have a good memory?
I believe I have a good memory for certain things, and then I know there are things that I have lost. So I would say yes, I do have good recall, but most
Do you
of the
think
time,
do you
yes.
think that's a that is a not indicator, but do you think that is a product of intelligence, or do you think a lack of memory is an indicator of brain damage,
No,
or
no, I don't
or
think that's it.
intelligence or IQ? Do you think like memory is connected to intelligence?
I think memory is connected to the activity of the brain and the like sensory the sort of like sensory interactions that one has with their brain, if that makes sense.
What do
So
you think
like
a person who doesn't have a great memory, like why do you what would be some reasons besides like head injuries, or let's say, I mean,
they might have
like not the inability to recall memories, like
yeah, I
what is
think it's in
that?
like synaptic firing. I think it has to do with like how active you are in your body, how much you move left body, right body, how much your eyes are tracking. If you are sort of insular, staring down, I see this with a lot of my students, and your eyes are just resting one place and your body is sedentary, there's no recourse for the brain to act. And memory comes in these kind of like weird, disjointed ways, right? So, like, my memory will work. I have to often recall, what was I wearing? Like, if I'm trying to recall a show, what did I wear that night? Who was I with? How did I get there? And then, like, what was my angle on the stage, kind of a thing. So I have a series that I think I go through that is sort of patterned for certain types of memories.
Surely your method of finding that particular sequence and patterns, it has got to be unique to you, and that everybody has a similar but unique way
I
of
should think, yes.
how, right? I wonder if like if somebody, let's say like your student, let's say somebody who's living a rather boring, for a lack of better words, a lifestyle where they're watching, I don't know, not necessarily movies aren't that boring, but like, I don't know, something where versus somebody who's like making vivid memories, going to, I just saw Burning, people are at Burning Man right now.
Yeah,
Like people
yeah,
are
yeah.
going to shows, going to travel, having these like formative experiences. They're essentially like collecting, I'm guessing, like more memories, although they have the same amount of hours in the day. Do some people have more memories than other people? And do you think so? Do you think people
I
collect?
think they do, because I think it's how you are in your body, in the world as a human, that allows your brain to synthesize what you do and where you go to craft those memories. So if you are out on the streets of Tokyo, different neighborhood every day, eyes open, interacting with your world, saying hi to your neighbors, I think your brain is probably more apt to synthesize those moments and find the files to put them in the memory.
Well, what
Don't you
about
think?
well,
What
the
do you
thing that
think?
I think that you it's like I always wondered about Blockbuster Video. It's a funny thing, but like I remember like looking at all the VHS tapes and Blockbuster Video, and I thought to myself like someday this is going to be so big. There's just infinitely more movies that are going to be added to
Yeah,
this
yeah,
library.
yeah,
Like where
yeah,
are they going to put it all? Where is it all going to go?
yeah.
How this there's no end to this, right? And like surely I would think, okay, we're all basically born with the same amount of filing cabinets. We've got roughly the same amount of hard disks in our brain. And yet, maybe that's not the case. Maybe some of us have more hard disks, but yet we all have the same amount of hours in the day. So I'm not so sure about it. And what I'm wondering is like if overriding memories is a thing. I wonder if we have a finite amount of storage containers, and by virtue of living a memorable life, filled with constant, things that you're maybe even cultivating, is that you're like choosing to make more memories. Are you foregoing, you know preserving memories? And then is that a good thing or a bad thing? Like, what is it when you go listen to a record? I'm sort of amazed by a lot of people here who are here in the music world who are like can recall like entire catalogs of artists. They're like, oh, that second record was so good, and it's better than the first one, and the third one's really good, and that song off that one. And like Stacy, I remember like she could just like rattle off lyrics from, and I'm just like so or even just like musicians who remember songs. I don't know. Surely I would have thought, I mean, it just dawned on me how little I know about memory. And it's like, I would think that as an educator, and this is not to corner you or to put, or to call you out or anything, but like, it seems like like memory is something we should all know a little bit more about. And yet it's like, I couldn't even begin to explain how it works. No clue whatsoever.
Um Okay, there's a lot in there.
I know.
From
Sorry.
Blockbuster to, is it my
To
job to
pet
teach people about memory as a high school English teacher? I don't know.
No,
But
learn, not teach, but learn, but have
okay,
learned about it.
so
Yeah.
I did not prepare the science or the research and certainly can in the future, but cognitive development of the brain is the subject matter you want to check out. And as you were talking about, do we all have the same storage capacity? I'm inclined to think no, we don't, or it's organized in different places of the brain. So I know for me, a lot of memory gets activated when I smell something in particular, right? And I think a lot of us have that sort of sensory experience, you smell like, I don't know, the pastrami sandwich. You can smell it in your memory and your mouth can start watering for the half sour pickle that surely must accompany it. And there's a memory there, right? How the brain interacts left and right hemisphere and also like back of the brain, front of the brain, I think is probably where the story of memory is. But I would also imagine too that because our mind is this interior thing to our skull, and it does not have the capacity like our hand does to reach out and move and touch. It's just like taking in information. Whatever our sort of dominant informational highway is that our brain is sort of attuned to or trained to is likely how we get to like memory town, to speak in some like rich metaphor. But there's definitely research out there and you should read it. I'll send you
Yeah,
some stuff.
no. I mean, it was just a little sort of philosophical wandering, but I would definitely want to learn about it, particularly how it pertains to music. And
Well, that's a
but
whole
I was just
nother world. How do you remember all the songs in your hands without the music telling your eye what you should be playing? Is something I struggle with as a musician, like getting off book, getting off the chart, trusting my ear, trusting my hand, committing it deeply. How does my recall go? When I have to put my brain on the side to just let my hands remember when I'm trying to like recall the chords to a song, that can be really frustrating, but it's not in my mind where that stuff lives. It's definitely in my hands, but
right.
my mind grips to my hands.
Yeah, sometimes it's like, you learn something and then you either override it or you forget it. I don't know what forgetting really is. I'm wondering. But then
Mm.
you go back and you play it again and you're like, it's like memory. Like I heard that there's this like
Hmm.
there's this biological function where babies they must forget parents scoldings. It's imperative that children erase their parents being like bad boy. Otherwise, they wouldn't. They would. I don't know whether they'd leave. They always come back, and it's part of human development to have to forget memories so as to like forge more long-term connections. I'm stating the obvious here, but it's interesting to think that like a baby has to learn how to, or has to have the capacity to like intention, like I don't know if it's intentional,
No,
but
I think it's just the development of the brain. It's like
yeah, but they're like
long-term
dogs
memory
can
isn't gonna
yeah, but
turn on as a baby.
yeah, I need to I need to
It's
go
a little
revisit that.
digressional.
Yeah, I get it. But the reason I bring it up is because of this $5 chat thing. There was a guy on the previous chat. I know. But there was a guy on the previous little hype stream that I was doing for this live stream that who dropped $5 on me, and who said his name's JBB, and JBB left me a link he said he on his little $5 super chat, he said, hey, do you know this movie? Or he said, do you know Sans Soleil by Chris Marker? That was the comment that was left on the $5 thing, and I thought, I don't know what this is. And so I Googled it on my way home, and it's this documentary, Sans Soleil. I'll share it. But it pertains to you, and I just thought it would be it's a whole rabbit hole that I didn't know
It
about.
pertains to me?
A little bit. I mean, there's a T.S. Eliot quote in the beginning of
Oh,
it, which I thought would intrigue you. Yeah.
Cool.
So, let's see if I can pull some things up. I forget how to do all this stuff. There's a lot here. So this is the wiki page for the documentary. It says Sans Soleil, which it's a French film. It's a 1983 French documentary film directed by Chris Marker. It's a meditation on the nature of human memory, showing the inability to recall the context and nuances of memory, and how, as a result, the perception of personal and global histories is affected. The title Sans Soleil is from the sun cycle Sunless. Okay, so I'm by Modest Mussorgsky, who I didn't. Okay, a brief fragment in which which features a brief fragment of which features in the film. Sans Soleil is composed of documentary footage shot by Marker, interwoven with stock footage, clips from Japanese movies and shows, and excerpts and stills from other films. And he's juxtaposing Africa on and Europe on Japan, and obviously this guy JBB had heard me riffing on memory the other day, and he was like, oh, this guy's talking about memory, and he's talking about remembering things. I had talked about how Jerry forgot, in his diabetic coma, forgot how to play guitar, and then had to remember how to play. How do you remember how to play like Jerry Garcia? How do you relearn to play like Jerry Garcia? I mean, certainly if you are Jerry Garcia, there's a high likelihood that you can remember how to play like yourself, but still to be able to have to relearn.
No, it goes back to the brain, right? I mean, yeah, it's pretty interesting. That's for sure.
This guy, I just want to go.
Did you watch the movie?
I watched the first 15 minutes of it, and it looks fucking excellent. It looks great, and I think it might be right up your alley. It's sort of like Keanu Scotzi with text. Or with dialogue, and there's a French.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, it's moving pictures. It's a little bit ephemeral, and you're not really sure what you're watching, and I'm not sure what to make of it. Expanding the documentary genre, this experimental essay film is a composition of thoughts, images, and scenes, mainly from Japan and Guinea-Bissau, two extreme poles of survival. Some of the scenes were filmed in Cape Verde, Iceland, Paris, and San Francisco. A female narrator reads the letters supposedly sent to her by the fictitious cameraman Sandor Krasna, and it's like a letter. It's like this. The narration is a correspondence between the narrator and the filmmaker, and they're just having this. What was that French movie where they go to that castle out in the middle of the? Do you remember this one?
Oh, I do. Mind Walk.
Mind Walk. It's kind of a mind walky kind of thing. It's very, very interesting. So anyway,
esoteric philosophy.
Yes.
Conversation. Yes, exploration.
So the last thing I wanted to go off here is that it's from the Sans Soleil. It's from the song cycle. What the hell is a song cycle? Do you know what a song cycle is? So I click through to this, and let me see if this pops up. Okay, Sunless. Okay, Sans Soleil. That's the name of the documentary. Okay, is a song, but it's based on this. Is a song cycle by Modest Petrovich Mussorgsky, written in 1874 and arranged for voice and piano. The song cycle is set to poems by blah 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 blah, and a relative to the composer. Okay, so who is this guy? I start going down this rabbit hole, and I click through to find out who he is, and he was an innovator of Russian music and Romantic period, and strove to achieve a uniquely Russian musical identity, often in deliberate defiance of the established conventions of Western music. So I just thought, okay, that was really cool exploration. I went from memory all the way down to this crazy rabbit hole of this interesting Russian composer, and touched on Jerry, and touched on, babies, and touched on, Riff. And that's I thought it might interest you. That documentary, I'm going to watch it. And it seemed like something that I don't know, something that ridiculous kind of. It seemed adjacent to ridiculous, so I wanted to bring it up.
Well, thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. I will just to kind of get back to your initial question, which again was something about fish and memory, I'd imagine, right?
Yeah. What's your
Here's a
memory?
funny one.
Yeah, give me one.
So when I did that article for the Boulder magazine before Fish came here, one of the
Mhm.
things that I wrote was my favorite memory of Fish is anytime I forget what is happening because I am in the wow of the moment unfolding, that
Right, we
there
talked about.
is no before or after, there's just the moment. And I realized as you were talking, I had a moment like that in Mexico. I think it was last year on the last night. So they had played Tweezer. And of course, I, like you, like any fish head, knows that Tweezer reprise comes at the end of the show if they play the Tweezer. But I'm
Yeah.
so in the moment at the
Mm.
show that in the encore, I was like lamenting inside my heart, like, it's the
It's
end of the
over.
show. And
Yeah.
I had fully forgotten that, of course, Tweezer reprise was coming, but I was emotionally like, I completely forgot about it. And then when it started, because I was like closing up this energy portal, the portal just went and the Tweezer reprise just ripped it open. But in my conscious mind, I had no recollection that there should be a Tweezer reprise or that anything would happen after that. And that's sort of an interesting adjacent, what happens when you know something so intimately that you forget in the moment and it is new all over again. Because that's kind of the thing about memories, that the thing happened. And maybe that's something that we seek with Fish, is going back to this thing that we know, where anything might happen. And if it's a great show, or you're really listening intently and you're enjoying it, you're in that along, rather than the history of the song or the banter about how they're playing or what's coming next, right? I think we kind of chase no memory,
Yeah.
maybe just as much as we wonder about memory at the same time.
I I was out on the street a couple days ago, and I was like fishing for people to talk about music with, just,
Love
like
this
man on
about
the
you.
street.
I
And
know. You
somebody said,
guys,
"Oh,
I know you come here for Tokyo record style, and I'm just like adjacent to Brian. But if you only come for ridiculous, you do need to check out Brian's real content. He is man on the street.
well, it's somebody said like, oh, it's the theme of tonight is unpredictability, because you just like don't know what's going to happen." And I went home and that was resonating, and I realized I think I'm out there to see what might happen. I'm like, it's more than like meeting people and talking about music. It's to see what might or might not happen. It's like, nobody knows what's going to happen. It could go this way, it could go that way. I don't know what's going to
Bro,
happen. That's what it's all about, right?
it
And
sounds like my gig last week. It was anybody's game.
okay, for the show you played, your gig.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
you guys went off the rails a bit. You were all over the place. Your
It,
gig, the gig that you played, that you're
yeah.
yeah, okay, all right.
It was at a
The May
marijuana
Days.
smoking lounge, and it was really a tough crowd because they were
Okay.
so stoned.
Oh no. Okay.
And it was just sort of like hard to feel what was happening there. It made me feel for like being, jam band.
It comes with the territory,
I
doesn't it?
guess you just have to be fascinated by yourself, I guess. But anyway.
Speaking of stoned out crowd here, my lack of short-term memories is due to my love of Mary Jane. Okay, yeah, I that's probably contributing. Not only I'm sitting here hoping that
Yeah,
the
yeah. What's
reason,
going on with comment?
yeah, I'm hoping that the reason. I hope I haven't disappeared. Andrea just disappeared. Was it me that
No,
disappeared?
sorry, someone was
Okay.
calling me. Is me.
Uh, Yeah. Have I is my bad memory? I don't think I have a bad memory, but I worry about my memory a little bit. And I definitely have intentionally, this is another thing, like I've intentionally forgotten things. That's an interesting thought. I've misremembered things on purpose. Like high school is a thing that I cannot go back to very easily. And people are like, "What?"
Really?
Yeah, they're like, "Why?
Huh.
You had such like it seemed like you had like we're having an idyllic time. How could you possibly look back on those days as being like a struggle?" And I saw all the like all the outcasting of people and all like it's horror. It's like a horror movie to me, you know, all the clicks and like I just ran away, and that's why I'm, you know, got as far away from it as I possibly could. um Whoa, okay,
Well,
so
you
yeah, but
get to choose your choice, I suppose.
yeah, use your
Brad, you're
choice.
frozen for me right now. I don't know if you're frozen for people that are watching. And if it's
Okay,
just for me, maybe someone will just pop in and let us know.
let me turn my own channel on and I'll check it out. Hold on.
All right. Ninja Cat says he can remember anything that happens more than 4 days ago. And random lyrics. I'm with you on random lyrics. Is Brian?
You're there. Okay. No, I seem to be moving. I think it's just
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
frozen
I
just
think
for
it's
you.
just me. That's fine.
Maybe you can do a refresh. I'm not sure. I'm
All
not sure
right.
if that's a good idea. Okay. No, we're all built differently. Everyone. Oh, here we go. Sorry. No, we're all built differently.
Oh.
Everyone is good at different things that we can learn. Yes. I mean, but can you
Yes, of course
improve
you
your,
can learn.
no, but I mean, can you develop? Can you increase your hearing? If you have hearing loss, can you
You can get
regain your
hearing
hearing?
aids.
Yeah, you can get hearing aids, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, uh, can you build more memory? Can you add hard drives to your storage? You know, can you be a better rememberer?
I mean, here's the question. Do you want to be a better rememberer? Because if you want to be, I think you can make that happen. And there's probably all sorts of like cognitive behavioral therapy that you can do, and EMDR and all sorts of meditation.
What's
And
the MDR?
it's this like rapid eye movement, left, right,
It's like one of these
body.
things. Da, da, da,
You
da, da,
like
da, 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 da.
Yeah, they vibrate. It
Okay.
stimulates left and right, but you can also do it to yourself. You can go for a hike. But yes, EMDR is like repatterning emotional memories
Okay.
after trauma.
Trauma.
Yeah.
Trauma. Okay.
Trauma and memory. I'm sure you put that into Google and you
Right.
get a
A
treasure
whole
trove
lot.
of
Right.
research.
Exactly. Olfactory memory triggers. Indeed, it does.
There's a
My sub.
factory news.
My sub.
Bum,
I'm so
bum,
glad. Look,
bum.
what other band has this? What other band has
Bum,
the
da,
word
da.
olfactory in one of their lyrics? Another thing,
How
like
about crepuscular?
crepuscular. Crepuscular helps. What's the next word? Is the crepuscular vernacular?
Cuddly but muscular.
Yeah, but the crepuscular. What's the other half of the word? You can't just say
That's
crepuscular.
the
That's a
word.
wombat. But no, the crepuscular, it's a two-word thing.
No, crepuscular just means comes out at sunset and sunrise. Crepuscular. It's
Oh,
like a
really?
type of
Hold on, hold
animal.
on, hold on. A wombat. Okay, crepuscular, wombat, fish, lyrics. Hold on. But I gotta know what it's crepuscular. How do I what's the herbivore
Herbivorous.
herbivorous crepuscular? That's what it is. Herbivorous crepuscular.
So it just
Herbivorous
means it's
crepuscular.
a
I know, I get it,
vegetarian
I got
that
it, I
eats
got it.
at sunrise
All
and
right,
sunset.
you're right. I'm wrong. Okay, fine, it's fine.
Crepuscular.
Crepuscular.
All
Uh
right. I am going to reload because you're still frozen on my side. I'll be right back.
okay,
I
go
think it was
for it.
my phone call that did it.
Okay, go for it. He was born a rambling man. Okay, 40 minutes later, laugh my house, love it all. Okay, cheers. Yeah, we're going 40 minutes. We haven't even started reading anything yet. I forgot. Okay. All right, Andrea, let her back
All
in.
right. I see you
Yeah.
moving now. Thank
Am I moving?
goodness.
Okay. I
Yes.
forgot we were I forgot they were in Sally at Folsom at one point. Yeah, Sneak and Sally. That was a hot.
Oh,
Sneak and
that
Sally.
was good
That
one.
was a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Juniper and Lamplight. Paul Simon. Hold on. Did I pull that one up? Okay, wait. Juniper and Lamplight. Paul Simon for Emily. Wherever I may find her. Not sure about that one. Don't know what that one's referring to. The last thing I got to say, Andrea, is that, and then we can go on to Fish Up.
Homeward Bound.
I wish
Juniper
I was. That's not in that one. Hold on just a second. This is the last thing. Sun Soleil. Okay, and then we can be done with this. Okay, so at the beginning of the film, there's a title and introductory quotes. The title of Sun Soleil is from.
Oh, are we still in the movie? I guess you guys, we should all watch this movie.
Yeah, I know, but this is the last thing, and then we can be done with this whole memory thing. The distance, there's a French quote that he replaces in the English version, which is by the T.S. Eliot from Ash Wednesday. And it's because I know that time is always time and place is always place. And then I think it goes on, which this isn't in the movie or it wasn't in the intro that I saw. And what is actual only for one time and only for one place. So if you can,
the argument T.S. Eliot clearly agrees that you have to seek out a memorable experience in your life if you want to grow memories, because it's only in time and place that they are made. Is my takeaway. Yeah,
I think we got there. In the end, we got there.
Oh, T.S. Eliot.
And thank you for going on that
wild ride
tour with me. Yeah, that was fun. Do you want to talk about, you have a memory of one of these records? Tell me your round room. I know you love Riff. You've talked about finding Riff and the whiteout. We talked about that.
Yeah.
Come on, give me a round room or give me a farmhouse memory.
I don't have any round room memories because I never spent any time obsessively listening to that album. But
Pebbles and Marbles, Anything But Me, Round Room, Mexican Cousin, Friday, 7 Below, Mock Song. It's just a mock song. 46 Days, dude. That's in heavy rotation. All of These Dreams, not in rotation. Walls of the Cave, Thunderhead, and Waves. This is like a pretty seminal record. 2002.
All right, let's talk about Thunderhead. Once upon a time, at a Phish show at Dick's, maybe a very small handful of years ago, Phish surprised everybody by playing Thunderhead.
Right, I remember. That was like last year. It wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't that long ago. And I remember going on Fantasy Tour afterwards, where I keep all my stats for my shows, and seeing that I think Thunderhead has only been played twice or three times, and I have seen it twice or three times.
Okay.
And so that's not a memory, it's a stat, but that's what I think of when you say Thunderhead. I was like, because it sounded familiar, and there was like this kind of recognition at the show.
Yeah, it was like there was a big thunderstorm coming in. It was like a moment. There was like a double rainbow or something. It was like a big deal. Or everybody just got dumped on, and then
it was probably that. Maybe it was even in a one-set show at Dick's or something.
Right.
I mean, shit, man. We could talk about how there's no Dick's this year if we want to move on to Phish content. It has been, if you ask me, my Phish head of hearts, a hard weekend to get through this past weekend. Because
that's so cute.
There's no camaraderie with our friends and the moments that we would share with people that come from California. I say we, me, myself, and I, as well as all of you Phish heads.
All four of you
Phish heads that have been
which I think one is you and one is me, so
that's cute. Yeah, I'm actually tuned in on like 5 other screens just to make it work.
Just us.
No, it was just sad. It was like, how do we go from summer to fall? And man, I just felt like this kind of lonely, depressive, gaping emotional hole in my heart. Like I should be partying and like just many sheets to the wind with my friends, but I'm like having an emotional hangover from this really weird gig and smoking all the joints because we played at a marijuana smoking lounge, so we got a bunch of joints at the end.
Now I have my head around how that happened. Now I get it. You said that, but it didn't click until I get it.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
it's,
Okay.
I think it's like a weird fall. I'm having a weird school year because no dicks.
Your
Not gonna
rhythm, your
lie.
circadian rhythms are off.
Yeah, it's been like 13 of the last 14 years has
Has
been,
it?
that's a
Holy
long time. I
shit.
mean, talk
Okay.
about memories,
Right. 3 nights, 4 nights. What do they usually do? If it's
They
what
did
for
3
3
nights
nights,
for a long time, and then maybe
right?
like the last 3 years they started doing 4 nights, which I love. Give me a 4 night run anytime, any place. I always want 4 nights for sure.
Well, I don't know if we've touched on this, but
Some
like
people don't like that, but I don't get it.
to me, that place never inspired me. Not that I've ever set foot in there, but just from like looking back at it, I get it. It's hard. It's rich for me
You
to
live
say
in
that.
Japan. It's no
Yeah, I
wonder
know,
the
but it
most
looks.
amazing,
I
beautiful,
I used to
ancient
drive
things
there.
inspire you.
I drove there every week to go to the tortilla factory. I drove there every week. I assume it's somewhere near the tortilla factory,
I don't know.
and it's not a nice place. At least it wasn't when I used to go out there. And it's kind of a awful place as far as I remember. And I just can imagine this sort of the bleacher sort of high school stadium, oversized high school stadium in the middle of this industrial complex, and it doesn't inspire like even a Fiddler's Green or
Let me
a
draw a comparison for
sure,
you.
please help me out
Something
here.
that I think we as fish heads of our age love is the nostalgia of like a 90s hockey arena.
Mhm.
Unassuming,
Sure.
little
Medium size.
dirty,
Yeah, filthy, yeah.
kind of like
Concretey.
you can smell the like old
Sweat.
jerseys in the locker
Right.
room. And if you take that kind of nostalgia for our band, Dix has a sense of that I think people actually really.
But it's brand new.
No, it's not brand new. I think they
Really?
really clung on to. No, it's the soccer stadium.
Oh, really? It's from a long time ago?
No, not from a long time ago, but it literally has metal bleachers is the seating,
Okay.
and just like a stadium floor cover that's like terrible plastic for your lower back.
Okay.
And the first year I thought we were going to get to like dance on the green soccer field. I was so
Yeah.
excited. No, you don't dance on the field.
But you were there when the year that they opened in like 2005 or something, right? That's like when it opened.
Dick's? I had never. No, I was there for Mile High Music Festival, but that was outside on the soccer fields, not in the stadium.
What year ish?
I don't.
I want to
Let's
know when
just
that.
look it up. Okay,
Okay.
hold on. I got the Google.
I don't think it was there when I was living in Colorado, and I
Dick's
left in 2003.
Denver built. Dick's Sporting Good was built in 2004.
There you go.
But it's not like it has like escalators or anything special. You just walk in and it's
I
like a soccer
know. It looks like
stadium.
a dump to me. It looks like a shitty. But I hear all this like beloved memories and like these or cherished memories and like this great place, but I look at it and it's just like
It's kind of like the quote from Amelia in Hajira, to wrap back around something
okay.
somebody said, until you get there yourself, you'll never truly know.
Fair enough. Speaking of Hajira, let's go back to let's see. Matt's got some comments here. Ninja Cat Matt. Waves is so awesome from Round Room. I've seen every time they've played American Band. Is that
Ooh.
once? How many times have they played it?
No, I've seen American Band a couple of times. I don't know. I don't have like stats page
The Guess
open.
Who? Who's American Band?
I think it is the Guess Who.
Okay. One, if many reasons I'm driving to California. Okay, that's because Dogs in the Power. I don't know about them. 4 in a row is the perfect amount. 4 shows in a row. Love Dicks. Hold on. Okay. Love Dicks way better than Folsom. Okay, really? Wonderful Hispanic community surrounds it to the west. Yeah, that's fair.
There's
But
a
like,
great water park down the street.
I'm not talking about down the street or in the neighborhood.
It's
I'm
just a
talking.
parking lot. It's literally just
I
another parking
know,
lot to
I
hang out in.
know,
That's
I
all
know.
that fish heads want to do. Give us a dirty fucking parking lot anywhere all day for days on end, and everyone is having the best time.
Dude, here's what I'm saying. I just got to. Did this comment come up?
No, I don't see it.
Go to show. Hold on. Show. Okay. So
Oh,
I just got a super chat from JBB who said you drop $5. That's $10, dude. Dude,
awesome. The
that's the thing.
man who couldn't forget great memories can be a cure. P.S.
Paul Simon. Great memory.
Oh,
I don't know. P.S. Heard of Solomon Sharevsky. Sharevsky. I gotta get that. The man who couldn't forget.
Sharevsky.
Okay, the man who could. My mind instantly goes to the man who stepped into yesterday, who couldn't forget. That's an interesting thought. My mind went to like Eternal Sunshine on the Spotless Mind, 51st Dates, Groundhog Day. It was like I went on this crazy activity. So JBB, I didn't really give you a big. I'm not sure how long you've been watching, but I didn't really give. I hung up on the last stream and I thought, oh, I should have given that a little bit more appreciation and gratitude. Thank you so much. I did go into a deep dive, and this movie that I know JBB is the guy who recommended this movie, Sans Soleil. We just did a deep dive a little bit on it. I watched the first 15 minutes of it. I can't wait to get off this stream so I can go watch the rest of it.
Bye.
It looks really, really good. Sorry.
Who needs fish when we've got Sans Soleil?
No, twice played American band, saw both. Okay, twice played. All right.
Oh.
Okay, interesting.
We're coming to your town. Was that at Dick's? Where did they play it twice?
Okay, Anne, what do you say? Are we gonna get our special guest or not? We don't even know, right?
I don't think we are.
I don't think we are either. Shall we do some reading?
I would really be happy to read some Phish Japan tour.
Let's see. I can pull it up. Actually, I'll drop it in the link. I'll drop a link in the comments.
So
here.
what you said in our private chat, Brian, was that we are on page 12.
That's right, I think.
And that means that we are going today to 6/13/2000, Nagoya, Japan, Club Quattro. Are you ready for this?
I don't know. I'm not. I didn't do any homework. I'm not quite ready.
Are you ready? I have a few things to say to set up our read.
Okay, please help us out.
All right. So earlier today, when Brian and I figured out that we were like, okay, we're committing, we're going to do this thing, I made a little Instagram story advert with the link. And I used the outro of Meat as my song.
Yeah.
And this show opens set one with a Meat Maze Meat reprise. Stellar top charted version of Yamar and Fast Enough for You. Then we go to the Old Home Place.
Whoa. So stop there for a second. Say that last part again. This top charting. What was that charting part?
Yamar and Fast Enough for You are jam charted jams.
Okay. Wow. Interesting. Yamar goes down as an all-time fave.
So I did a little listening before we got on, and I was like, dude, this is fucking hot. This was a teeny tiny show. We're going to read about it. 550 people. And the show that follows this is Fukuoka. I do believe.
Fukuoka. Yeah.
Fukuoka.
Good job.
Thank you. And what's funny about that is that I have this fish head student who in the morning, I'm just like, all right, what should we listen to? And he's like,
Fukuoka Jam. Fukuoka.
We've listened to 2 songs from the Fukuoka.
Yeah, Fukuoka is in Kyushu. It's way far southwest. It's off there, but it's the.
Why does it say Drums Lagos? I don't understand what that is.
That's the name of the venue.
Oh,
that's the name of the venue.
I keep reading it as Drum Lagos, and then I'm like, in Nigeria, and I've never been able to like put it together. It's like the stage at the festival.
Could
Or
be. Forget. I may be wrong
Drum
here, but I think
Logos?
Drum Logos or Lagos or whatever it is. I think it's like the Coleman camping brand of Japan.
Oh,
I think.
okay,
Don't quote me on
okay.
that, but I think it might be. And I didn't know that. I didn't realize that show was at a festival.
Logos. I thought it was. Maybe
Yeah,
I'm wrong.
I'm not sure, but that
Drum
show, the Fukuoka
Logos.
show, goes down. It's in the top. It's like it's a ranked as like a top
Oh,
3,
100%,
top
100%.
one. Like it's like some consider like the hottest show ever. I don't have. I thought I had it, but I went and looked up, and my
Club Quattro, though, the day before, is it? The day before is like teeny tiny. 550 people. We know our friend Brian Gonzalez was there. Can you imagine? I'm excited to
550
read
people.
this.
What's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
smallest show, the smallest audience you ever saw? Do you have a memory?
Phish?
Yeah, it's a big
Ooh.
arena. Big.
I think Bend was maybe the smallest, or
Bend, Oregon.
that was really small.
New York show was recently pretty. The or
Yeah,
Red
that was
Rocks is
like
kind of
maybe eight,
smaller.
9. Red Rocks is 9. I feel like Mexico is like 5 or 6.
1,000.
Yeah, it's really small.
Interesting. That's still way more than I
I
can.
wonder if Glens Falls, how small that is. That could be like 4,000.
Municipal Auditorium in Kansas City. I saw one rainy, cold fall in '94, maybe, and that place there. It seemed like there was like 500 people in that place. It was half
Crazy.
empty. It was super empty, and it was like it was like a hockey rink, and like the entire 200, 300, the entire second tier completely empty. And like everybody on the first side of the floor, the E Center was like that too in '98. That was like that nobody's. It was just like dumb luck that
Yeah,
everybody skipped
yeah,
the
yeah.
show. And yeah,
Oh, is that
that's the
uh
E Center show. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Where they did the
Dark Side.
fucking Pink Floyd. Yeah, it looks like Glens Falls is 68. I don't know, probably like 4,000, 5,000 people.
500 people in Japan. Insane.
I
So cool.
know. Can you imagine? So the show is up on fish.in,
Right.
and it's linked in our document that you shared with people. So folks can
Nice.
listen along.
Okay.
I
Wicked.
mean, it's like so jammy. Oh, it's like it gets really quiet. I love that super attentive, quiet Phish where everybody kind of has to lean in. Like Dick Sand last year did that. It was so quiet. I love that. Love that. Love that. Oh my
When do
gosh.
you ever? I don't even know. I can't even remember. Like, yeah, you don't get it that often. I saw Jeff
No, not
Tweedy
anymore.
berating an audience for chatting in the back. I just thought, oh, this is so unfishy. He was
Like you
like,
saw him live doing that in
I don't
Japan?
know
I
how
thought
old it
people are
was, but I
very
was like, ooh,
nice.
that is a bad look. Our sweet, kind, caring, polite, boys would
Non-chomper crowd?
no. I'm saying that
No.
the band would never say. I mean, certainly there's irreverence backstage, but there's no like, can everybody shut up?
Yeah, that doesn't feel like the right thing to say
No,
if you want to keep your
no.
audience with you.
Can you
All
shut
right.
the fuck up? He said. Anyway, but hold on. The Yamar goes into "Fast Enough for You," which is a riff tune. Do
Oh,
you
so
know?
good.
Do you know about? Do you know about Riff as a concept album? Do you know like the real underline? Do you know about this? It seems like you should, but you don't, right? Fish as or a
Are
riff as
you
a
going to
concept.
let me respond, or you're just going to ask
Go ahead.
questions
Sorry.
and I don't
Sorry.
get to say anything? All right. If it's like guy has a dream about a thing, then vaguely yes. Is
Yes.
that what you were going to say, Ish?
Essentially, yes, but there's more to it, and Fast Enough for You is, it's about a disillusion of a relationship and a dream and the sort of like frantic, heated, sweaty dreams that he goes through, and the yeah, like being together and being apart, and the rift between the two lovers. And there's more to it than I remember ever learning about, and I just kind of took a little bit of a deep dive, and the lyrics suddenly, like anybody who's bagging on Phish lyrics, we should pick Rift apart on a future episode. The lyrics are, I think,
Rift
possibly.
is masterful in its sort of playful lyricism. I fully agree. And I think Walter Ruski's album review of Rift, where he listens along, he is incredibly insightful about tracking that story because he's kind of like unfolding his own connection to it. But yeah, it's a banger.
Then you've got the Old Home
Better than
Place.
Show of Life, Brian. Better than Show of Life.
I want to be vindicated on Show of Life. I really want everybody to come around on Show of Life. It's like, and
I
in
love
the
Show of
end,
Life.
the love you take is
Actually,
equal to the love
da,
you.
da, da, da.
That's what that song is.
Boo, 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 ba, do, ba.
Nice, man. Very nice.
There you go. There you go. All right.
Mid-set Wilson. What do you want to do?
No, just
mid-set-
don't forget the Old Home Place there.
I know the Old Home Place. My old Mike. We got some bluegrass. Mid-set bluegrass. That must be fun. Bluegrass. There's a great documentary called The Far West. I think it's called The Far West. Called Far West.
Okay.
Or maybe it's called like, what is it called? It's like Far. It's a play on Far East, and it's like, I forget what it is, but it's really funny. But it's about all these Japanese pickers, and there's this whole picker world, as you can imagine.
Oh, I think I've actually seen that come across my.
It's pretty good.
My scrolling through the endless library of online blockbuster.
They
world.
have all of the. They have all of the equivalents of like the Bill Monroes and the.
Yes.
Who are they? Who are the bluegrass legends? Help me out here. I'm embarrassed. I'm just like, why? It's been a while. Who wrote Del McCurry? Who wrote Old Home Place?
Mule. All those guys. I don't know. I mean, bluegrass, I'm not gonna like stake a claim in the ground on that.
It's something I've learned and unlearned a couple of times. Okay, then we got a mid-set Wilson. We've got the we've got Mike's song. Mike's simple Weekapog. You've simple is a.
Sometimes it comes. It's like the simple patty.
It's like the second choice.
Yeah.
Mike's simple Weekapog. I wonder if this is could be the first Mike's simple Weekapog.
I don't know. We need a statistician on our team.
We definitely do. Okay, then
for like somebody that is like quick on the internet like that.
You take the second set.
All right, set 2.
I'll interrupt you.
Love that.
Here and there.
Gotta Jaboo, Wolfman's Brother, Run Like an Antelope, unfinished. Into Contact. Yes. Which is funny because you're in Japan and you're probably taking a bullet train, right? Contact, Sand, Rogue, Prince Caspian, which would have been known as Fucker Pants in this time period.
What?
Yeah,
what's
do you
that?
know Fucker Pants and Prince Caspian?
Never heard this before. What's this?
I can't recall the story, but it's something like when Prince Caspian came out, maybe it had the it's ruining a show vibe about it. And people renamed it Fucker Pants. Mr. Fucker Pants or something like that. And so you can look it up
or online. Something like that. Are you sure that is it Fucker Pants? This is sounding familiar.
Yeah,
suddenly.
I'm pretty sure. Okay. Let's see. Fucker Pants Phish. Yeah, how did Caspian start getting called Fucker Pants? You can look it up at Phish.net. Anyway, I think it was kind of like people were like, wah, wah. And no, I know 100%. And now it's like revered, of course, but it's still lovingly, I believe, called Fucker Pants.
Okay, wait. Let's stop for just 1 second.
I interrupted myself.
I remember when Billy Breeze came out. That's the last song on Billy Breeze. I'm pretty sure. Is it? Is it the last song on Billy Breeze?
I don't know. I always listen to Billy Breeze from the second song, and I always end with "Free" is actually how I like the album personally.
It's the last song on Billy Breeze. I remember it coming out. Yes, it is. Caspian, and I remember feeling like that was the most triumphant ending of an album. I loved. In fact, Caspian was was my favorite tune. I mean, versus theme, free, you know, talk, cars, trucks, and buses, theme from the bottom. Billy, I fucking love Caspian. I understand that it's a 2-chord song, but to be friends, Caspian. And
I'll send you the little write-up on Fucker Pants so you can read it and get the real folklore.
I would like to know that. Okay,
I'm not great with all the stories. All right, so Prince Caspian.
That's so snobby of Phish fans to be like, fuck Mr. Fucker Pants. That's so snarky. That's so fishy. I'm so glad we are like in a post 1.0 Fucker Pants era. I fucking hate that. I hate Fucker Pants Phish snark. Anybody who called it Fucker Pants, fuck you. And
I called it Fucker Pants when I heard it this year.
And this is the fucking best song ever.
It's a loving dig at this point. All right. After Fucker Pants, we get Rocky Top. Cavern. And we encore with Brian and Robert into Good Times, Bad Times.
Nice. Good times, bad times. You know I have my share. Okay,
there's a sand in here, Brian. Your favorite song?
Well, I was thinking there's a Jaboo, there's a sand, there's a.
Do you not like Jaboo?
No, but it's. I was gonna talk about memories and my memories of like Farmhouse, which I think are similar to yours, which is just like that was like, oh no.
No, that's not what I thought about Farmhouse.
I thought that was my. I was like, I got to get out of this fucking band. These guys. I got like that was my initial memory of Farmhouse. Yeah,
I think I was still like
I was
putting Cass in the car seat in the morning to get out of the house and taking a nice long drive, listening to Farmhouse CD in the car in the morning.
I had to learn to love it. I really had to
get a bagel, yada yada.
All
right, shall we read this bad
Yes, a quick one, real quick. Let me just say, Matt was in Omaha. Sorry, Matt, for just Omaha was a tiny show. I was there in that Omaha show. Lincoln?
Omaha, Nebraska, 95, 96 maybe?
Commodore Ballroom, Vancouver must have been small. 93, smallest venue. Okay, good. Chompers needs shushing. Yes, I agree. I don't have to deal with I've never had to deal with chompers. Chompers has never been an issue at a Phish show for
that
me.
is not an issue on Couch Tour. Unless your family is chatting behind you.
No, but like there weren't chompers when there was chompers is like a 3.0 phenomenon.
Yeah, it's a modern era situation.
It is. Okay. Let's get into it, Anne. We did the whole thing. I think we get through. This is a 3-parter. The Japan thing, I don't know how far we get through a couple of the shows. You take it away.
All right. Live, 6/13/2000, Nagoya, Japan, Club Quattro. For at least the first 3 shows of the Japan tour, the venues aren't as small as I had actually assumed. In Tokyo, the 3 dates were in rooms that hold 1,300 on Air East, 3,000 Sept Tokyo, and 3,000 again Hibiya. Definitely smaller than the Shed circuit, but in the ballpark of the Special Roseland show. It's after they leave Japan's capital city that things got really cozy, with the next 3 nights all under 1,000 paying customers before a return to the Zepp franchise in Osaka bumped them back north of 2,000.
Tonight's show in Nagoya is the smallest of them all, with only 550 people able to squeeze into Club Quattro. By this point in Phish's trajectory, I'm guessing the backstage guest list was higher than 550 at a typical summer show. On the Chicago venue scale, it's slightly larger than the Empty Bottle. I don't know the Empty Bottle. Do you know the Empty Bottle?
No, but 550 is maybe like seeing Phish at the Fox Theater.
You're right. I was thought the same thing.
In Boulder.
I went back and looked at all my Phish stats just yesterday, actually, and I saw all these jazz mandolin projects at the Boulder Theater, and I was
Oh,
thinking, like,
yeah.
we used to see jazz mandolin project there a
Yeah,
lot.
and then they come to Dots the next day for breakfast.
And Vida Blue played as well, and Mike Gordon played there as well. I saw so many amazing Phish adjacent shows at the Fox. And one of those tapes where you feel like you can pick out every single one of those 550 attendees, particularly the dopey ones who see the intimate setting as an opportunity to yell "fuck your face" at the band. That's a good call. I won't mind somebody yelling out a fuck your face at a tiny show. I don't mind.
No, that seems appropriate, but not fuck her pants.
Not fuck your pants. Fuck your face. It's fine.
Okay, just to make sure we're on the same level. Thankfully, they settle down, and you can probably chalk it up to the relaxed mood this show quickly establishes. The meat maze meat sandwich sets the tone. Fans can spot the false ending gag from a mile away by this point, but returning for a meat prize, I love it. After an onstage chat refreshes the bit, the shared inside joke dynamic hits its peak in the second set when the band flirts with Joe Jackson's "Is she really going out with him?" between songs, and the crowd tries to goad them into playing it in full, even organizing a spontaneous sing-along.
Wow, that's interesting that they could pull. I don't know what that song is.
Is she really going out with him? Is she really It's in Something About Mary. You might recall it from.
Okay, I'm impressed. Is there that many non-Japanese? Because that's not a tune that the Japanese audience is going to know.
Yeah, it's like definitely from like
100.
1988 or something too.
Oh shit. Okay, I got it. Okay. More important, I got a highlighted FEFY. I'm like, what is FEFY? What is
fast
FEFY?
enough for you.
What is FEFY? I got it though.
Brain online.
Life.
See,
my friend.
You went into your emergency memory files.
I did. Okay, more importantly, for the first time all tour, the band sounds as small as the venues. God, that must be amazing. And I mean that as a compliment. There's a refreshing delicacy to the playing, not just in the quieter songs like "Fast Enough for You." Me 2 times.
It goes
and
Rogue
and Brian and Robert. I saw a Brian and Robert. Sorry, I saw a. Do you remember Whitey? Do you remember a guy named Whitey? There was an albino guy who used to go to shows named Whitey. His name was Robert.
I don't think so.
He was friends with Mikey from he was just a character in Phish role, but his real name was Robert, and we were next to each other when they did Brian and Robert.
You had a Brian and Robert moment.
So good. Yes.
That's
okay
awesome.
And singing along, "This one is for you." So great memory. Okay. But in normally brash tunes like Weekapog, Antelope, or Sand, instead of the current default mode of layering on the effects and getting louder and denser, these jams are skeletal by recent standards. The quartet conversing casually in mostly natural tones. Y'all know I'm not averse to Phish's sonic experiments and ever-evolving sound, but it's restorative to hear them temporarily sounding like they did in the early 90s, with reduced sugar-high desperation and newer, calmer material.
Yeah, which is why I can't wait when we're done with this to go back to the show and finish listening. It really is skeletal. I think that's a great description. I think you'll like it a lot, Brian. You should get it going.
I'm goosebumps. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's great. When they do push the envelope, it's in the opposite direction of that overwhelming Piper from the second night in Tokyo. Both Yamar and Simple take the diminuendo approach, with the former reaching near silence by the end of its jam. Neither wildly inventive. They mostly just pull the same trick as Foam used to do back in the day. But it's like they're daring the rowdies in the crowd to spoil the meditative mood. And to their surprise, to everyone's surprise, they don't. If anything sets up the magic that happens the following night, it's the results of that test.
That's really cool. The Japan audiences are, of course, famously quiet.
To
the point where the artists often are wondering if they're like appreciating the band at all, right? And it's always pointed out that they're attentive and respectful, and some to a
Mm-hmm.
fault, perhaps.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to think that maybe the non-Japanese fans who came over for the tour were affected by that enough that they might have also
Chilled out a little.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a thought, right?
Like a little cultural convergence
Yes,
for maybe manners.
yes. Because it would just be obnoxious to just hear this like gaijin, and like a howly, right? That's the one that they use in I don't know if I shouldn't say that or not. Howly, you know this word, right?
Isn't that
It's
like
Hawaiian, I
what
think.
Hawaiian people call white people?
Yeah, and it could be really. I
I
forgive me
know.
if
Look
it
at
is.
you, Whitey, Howley. You're just checking
No,
all
but
the
I mean, like
boxes.
literally, like
Woody
howly. Wah!
Allen.
You could I could just
Okay.
see like an obnoxious, you
Brian's
know.
on a tear tonight.
I don't normally say those kinds of things. Anyway, okay. The combination of stripped down playing and the band reviving some classic close listening audience provocation shows that back to basics doesn't necessarily just mean playing the old stuff. It's not so much about turning back the clock as it is imposing a constraint. And the pure logistics of the Japanese tour are a very tangible limitation. It's hard for me to imagine Phish even fitting all of their 2000 era gear onto a stage at a 550 cap club. Tonight starts to show why forcing the band into such a tight squeeze was a brilliant stroke of booking after the peak of Big Cypress. Japan was just the team building retreat they needed. It's only a shame it didn't last longer. Wow.
That's such an interesting comparison. If you think about what was it, 70,000 people at Big Cypress, 100,000 people.
Insane.
From 100,000 people to 550 people. Is that like 0.05 of a percent, 0.5 of a percent, or something like that?
Right.
It's just really, really wild to think about that.
There's a funny little bit somewhere out there where Trey goes to Woodstock. Have you seen this footage? And he's like, he looks out onto the field
Yeah,
and
we've
he's like,
talked
there's
about
no
this
fucking
before.
way there was 500,000 people here. I know how much 70,000, I know how much 100,000 people is. There's no way that this field could hold 5 times that amount, So, but I don't know. You wonder about like,
What Trey sees from the stage might
yeah,
very well not be the full capacity of a place, 60 years prior, all things
sure. No,
told.
I'm not talking about that anymore. But like you've seen the oh ho 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 ho. You've seen the
What's that? Oh ho
what is
ho 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 ho!
oh
Come
my
and knock
goodness.
on my
Come and
door.
knock on my door.
Is that what you're singing? I'm
Yes, it
waiting for
is.
you.
I've been
Because I'm
waiting
gonna
for
Oh my
you.
God, it's Trace.
oh my god.
Nice.
It is so great to see
Perfect
you, huh?
timing. We just finished our article.
Oh, you
Seriously.
did?
Yeah,
Okay.
Kind
yeah,
of. We
yeah,
could go
yeah.
on,
This
but
is
man,
great.
it's
Hi,
so
Trace.
okay. So this is a very auspicious occasion. We're welcomed by our very dear family dog friend, Trace Altman
Woof, woof.
from originally from North Carolina,
That's
North
right.
Carolina, Boulder
Get your Carolina
transplant.
straight. Mm-hmm.
It did sometimes here and there, and now back with the crew. And he's the son of a preacher man. He's a real deal. He's got it in him. It's all in
Hallelujah.
there. Hallelujah. It's in there. And Trace Trace is a hero of mine. I know he's a friend. He's a dear, dear, dear friend, but he's also a big hero of mine because he's an amazing musician and songwriter and part of the tapestry that made the Boulder music scene back in the day. But Trace also invited me to the one and only time I played in a band on a stage. Trace invited me to come be a part of Still Life. We had a very short-lived band called Still Life where we played
Oh, you
Trace's original songs, which I still play to this day. And a genius songwriter, a beloved homie, the governor or the captain of the captain of the counter at the old Dots Diner. Trace, it's so nice to have you here.
He
Thank
was
you for coming.
Captain Counterculture. I would agree.
Truly.
Right.
How's it
Oh,
going, man?
it's going well. Yeah, sorry I was a little tardy. I finally got a date night with my beautiful wife,
Good
and
on ya.
we rode bikes down to a restaurant at the beach and had a nice meal, but then we got back to like chaos of three kids and like getting everybody situated and off to their beds and everything. So, but anyway, yeah, now I'm here. I made it. So,
So thank
yeah,
you for coming and thanks
Send
for
our
being with
love
us.
to Molly, running around with those kids.
I will.
Mwah.
She's getting
She's
them
a
down
super
right now.
sister. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So Trace is like Trace has got Trace is a songwriter. He is Trace Altman, but he is also a founder of this short-lived band Still Life, also of this really great, pretty prolific band that continues, Paper Stars. And what's the
Mhm.
is there something going on after Paper Stars? And probably there is, and then forgive me for not knowing. And there's probably duos and
Everything's just still always filed under the Paper Stars.
okay.
Anything that I've put out. But yeah, I moved back to North Carolina where I'm from. Gosh, it's been almost like 14 years ago now. It's crazy to think about.
It's a
You guys know what I'm
little
talking
long,
about.
Trace.
Time.
Just saying.
It's
Time. We be
wildly.
missing you here.
I know it's wild. I mean, we've made a point to come back to Colorado almost every year, but even that, you get to town and just like your time gets gobbled up and try to see
You have a
people and try
big
to.
fan club here. Not
We
gonna
got
lie about that.
full out fam, man. It's just it feeds my soul continuously through the year. Um, and so anyway, but yeah, I ran into, a crew of musicians here that we just vibed, and so I didn't know what would happen with the Paper Stars thing, and it's always just been this little trickle of musical output, but I found great players and yeah, kept making records. So it's been awesome, and able to collaborate with like Phil Parker's always, he's on everything, and he moved back to
Phil is a
Michigan.
fiddle player, if violin player.
No, Phil's a cello player and played bass
Okay.
with the Paper Stars. He was
Okay.
in
Cool.
Gregory's band for a long time, and then he decided to move back with his family to Michigan a few years back. And then, but Jeb Bose has been on everything. Eric
Yeah.
Deutsch has been on everything I've ever done.
Deutsch.
Hey, check
Deutsch,
this out. Check this
yeah.
out. I want to ask you about. I want to go back to the beginning, Trace, if you'll indulge us. But like, first of all, I just got Eric Deutsch is a mutual friend of all of ours. He is now an official Black Crow and has been for a couple of
Yeah.
years now.
I
And
saw him here in Wilmington when he was playing with them. Yeah, they came through
dude,
town. And amazingly, here's a cool Boulder moment that you guys will appreciate.
yeah, go for it.
When Deutsch was in town playing at the big venue with the Black Crows, which is a relatively new venue for us. It's a Live Nation venue. It's like right downtown and all that, called Live Oak. But anyway, he was playing there. But you know who was playing at this like groovy kind of brewery in town on the same night? Leftover Salmon.
Oh,
And so we all met up at
team.
this. Yeah, we met up at this other bar and like just mixed it up. And and Deutsch played with Salmon for a little
Yes.
while.
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
years.
So
Yeah,
it was just this
all
wild
in the
convergence
family.
of
That's
Wow.
real
people.
fun.
Yeah, it was cool.
That's cool.
It was fun.
He came out to play Tokyo, and we went and hung out, and oh my god,
He told me that. Yeah.
it was so fun. But my son, my son's really into hip hop dance. He's a really good hip
I know
hop.
he is.
He's a
He's
really good
amazing.
dancer. He's
Yeah.
getting really and he just passed this like audition, and he is playing. I pulled out the Black Crows records the other day because he's gonna play the same stage that the Crows play, or he's gonna
Shush
dance.
now.
Yeah, I'm really stoked for him.
He's on the
He's gonna be on
big
the
stage.
Yeah, big
Apollo.
stage. Yeah, and he's only
That's
like
amazing.
14 years old or 13 years old. He's like,
Yeah,
yeah.
he
So I'm
blew
very
my
happy for him.
mind when I saw that video. I was like, oh man.
He's pretty good. Yeah, he's getting really
Yeah,
good.
no,
Yeah.
it's- love-
Trace,
love-
so I want to ask you about music because I mean it's you're kind of actually a little bit of a bridge between two classes in I want to say in Boulder music. I want to say that like there was a thing that happened there's been things happening in Boulder since the turn of the century, but since the 60s and in the 80s, late 80s, there was like the double dig, and there was like the hip sort of remnants of the dead thing that was happening somewhere like all over the place.
Came in, yeah.
And then then there was the like migration from like New England and the Berkeley and Skin and those kind of crews. Then I feel like you came as a student to Boulder, right? That's kind of what drew you there.
Yeah.
And you studied at CU. All of us are CU alumni. By the way, I've got my Not that I'm like proud, but I've got my CU. I'm like part of
They
the.
send you a cup? I never got a cup.
They
I didn't get
found
a
me.
cup either.
They
I
found
never
me.
got a
How
cup.
much you have to give a year to get the cup?
I
don't
literally
give
live
anything.
in the same town. Where's my cup?
There's the biggest alumni association
Fill it up.
of
That's crazy.
outside of America is in Japan. Interestingly, anyway, they asked me to come photograph their events, and this is the swag that the real people don't want. They're like, here, take this, please. I got too many coffee cups.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, you met Eric Deutsch, I assume, at CU.
We were
met
contemporaries. Yeah, we were in the same class. So yeah, and he was in music school with the guys. That was Fat Mama, and
Fat Mom was an amazing Boulder.
they were great. They were great. Yeah,
great.
and that's yeah. So all those guys, and then we had a band called Whirling Dervish back in those days.
Ooh.
Yes,
Before that, there was a band called Platypus. There was Platypus.
I remember Platypus too.
Yeah.
I remember Platypus
and that was
too.
the twins. There was twins in that band. Rob and Irv Wolf from Reading, Pennsylvania, and that's the Phish. That was the Phish connection, actually.
Okay, well, hold
that. You guys
hold
are doing
that.
a Phish thing here because I don't even know what you guys are doing except you're reading stories from Phish or something.
Yes.
Anyway,
yes.
but that was my Phish connection. Was like the Wolf twins were from Reading, PA.
Wolf, like zombie wolf.
Like just
wolf.
A wolf, like a howling of the moon wolf, like no E on the end.
Wolf.
Not like Thomas Wolf, but a wolf. Yeah.
Not when you're from North Carolina, Andrea. It's wolf.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Wolf.
Wolf.
It's a wolf. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I've been out here for a while
London.
now.
Okay.
A wolf.
So,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
My
Like
New
the
Yorker
Wolfman's
ears.
brother. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. So anyway, I won't go off on that tangent quite yet unless you want me to. But that was. But talking about Platypus.
Hold on.
We were in a band, and that's when the Reading boys, so one of their good buddies was hanging in Telluride, and when Phish came out to play the Telluride shows, like that first road trip show that they did, I guess, in Telluride, like back in the day, like
84 maybe
80, something old, yeah. Their good buddy
86
was living there and like buddied up with those guys and was there for the whole hang, and they invited him to be a roadie on their first tour that they were going to do the next summer. So he became a roadie, and then another friend of theirs was Brad. What's Brad's last name? Who became their manager and all that. All those guys were Pennsylvania guys.
Sands.
Yeah, they fell in with Phish, and then so they were all tight buddies with my bandmates, Rob and Irv Wolf. And so when they came to play Red Rocks for that first time in 93, 92.
Maybe.
92.
I thought it was 93, but yeah, it could be, yeah.
Seems like
they played the Fox. I think they played a couple. They were Colorado was the first place that they went like outside of New England. They didn't go all around.
Yeah, they came straight to T-Ride, and they came back, and all of a sudden they were playing Red Rocks, and they did and they got banned because
that was 96. They got banned.
Oh, that was later. They got banned. So that first show was before that. All right, so I'm all confused. But anyway,
no, it's okay.
Yeah, but anyway, that was like, so then we were all like just backstage and hanging all that because of the Wolf Brothers, because of the Reading, Pennsylvania crew, which was interesting.
Well, I want to get back to that. Let me just, because I want to set you up a little bit. Trace. People should
93. That's right. Yeah.
People should know about Trace and the Paper Stars.
We just had a mega. I just dropped my biggest Paper Star musical like news kind of ever of all time.
Let's hear about it.
So if you go to our Instagram page, and I was so tweaked about even doing this today, but I was like talking to my son Wes. I was like, should I? I don't know, man. I don't even want to. This seems weird. But anyway, we got a show. We have a song that got picked up for a TV show. That's a new TV show on Amazon Prime.
Oh,
yeah. Thank you. So anyway, I had to like do a shout out about it.
Yeah,
nobody even knows. So yeah, we're in episode 3 of a show called The Runarounds. And
oh my god, amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. They picked it up, and it's cool because of course I just went straight to that episode, and I was like, where is it? Where's the song? And it's like it's a cool scene. It's a nice scene, and like the lyrics actually like come up, and like you hear the song for like 4 seconds in this scene. And it was like, oh man, there we are. That's so cool. But
amazing. That's so great.
Yeah.
What's it called? Runarounds?
The Runarounds. It's a what do they call it? Like a YA. You know, that's the young adult. It's like a whatever teen show.
Oh yeah, it is. Angsty teens.
Yeah, it's about a band. Like the pilot starts on, and it was filmed here in our town, but it was
Oh
the pilot.
wow.
Yeah, the pilot starts on like the last day of high school, and the band is playing like the big party, and like they're like the band in town. It's like in any town in America basically, and they
Huh.
and so it charts like season one's going to chart like do they try to stick it out and like make it as a band? Is somebody's parents is are pressuring them to go to college and like, but other people it's like, and then their boyfriends, girlfriends, all that stuff, like it's the whole
One more
thing.
time, Trace. The name of the thing.
The runarounds.
The runaround.
Were
Yeah.
the Runarounds a real band? The
And they're a
Runaround
real band.
show, which was
Mhm.
shot and is set in Wilmington,
Yep.
Wilmington
premiered
is where you are.
September 1st, and the bands the band will play a concert at Wilmington's Greenfield Lake Amphitheater September 14th.
Yep. Where our friend Mike Travis just played earlier this summer.
Oh,
and
cool.
with String Cheese, and I hung with all those guys.
Love Mike Travis. And the band is real, even though it was formed for the show. So they must enjoy playing.
Unlike,
Cool.
like you guys know about like Daisy Jones and the Six, like that.
Yeah,
show
I enjoyed that. Yep.
Yeah, I did too. I thought I really liked the ending of that show. And but
Yeah.
unlike that show where they had
Oh.
actors and like kind of taught them to play instruments, these are all kids they found that are musicians, and they taught them how to act.
Oh,
And,
cool. That's
they're-
kind of
they're-
like School of
yeah.
Rock a little bit.
There you go. Yeah, so they're doing it that style, and
Looks
yeah,
great.
it was fun to watch it come together. And I was on set here and there, and like it's been cool. Like, and it's cool for our town, and
So
just
are
a
they
really cool
are
show.
they like playing Paper Stars songs yet?
No, not at all. They have their own material.
They
They're
should
writing it.
be.
I think they
I
have some
know.
other-
Maybe they need to like cover
They need
Paper
to
Stars.
buy some songs from you, I think, maybe.
But when you look at
ASCAP.
they put a playlist together of just all the music that they selected for season one, and it's a really awesome mix of like some classic rock from like Zeppelin, Dylan, all that,
Cool.
to like angsty pop punk stuff and new stuff. There's 3 bands from Wilmington that got featured: Kicking Bird, Somerset, and the Paper Stars. All got
That is
they
so cool.
basically just gave the local guys some play in it too. So yeah, it's cool. It's fun. It's fun. I don't know. It's fun to be on TV. I guess.
Let me I don't know, Tracy, go find some links and send them to me in a chat if you have some that you want to share. Otherwise, I got Bandcamp up here. Should I pull me something if I need to pull something else
well,
up?
that song that they used is on that latest record that has the beach scene on the front right
Far
there.
Away.
Far Away, yeah. That's the
Okay.
one we kind of
Shall we play it? The Wind in the Sea? Is that the tune?
The wind, the sea. Yeah, it's a really chill.
The Wind,
it's like
the
the
Sea.
chillest song on the whole.
You want
record.
to hear something else? Should we play something? I don't think we won't get copyright
Play
claims.
The Wind in the Sea. Let's
All right, let's play
hear
it.
it.
I don't know if you can hear it, but let's see if you can hear it.
Yeah.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds great.
There,
Trey's
yeah.
such a good guitar player.
It's just vibey. Yeah.
Come on home and see me. I'll be waiting by the window, thinking thoughts that make the wind blow through the curtains of my mind. Wide awake and wishing
Wow, Trace.
I could
Yeah, it sounds
float
awesome.
away to see
Thanks.
you.
This is a
Sounds
really great
amazing.
solo
See
part that
you
comes in.
dance upon
And they
the
took it from the
deep
second
blue,
verse on.
making waves.
Hold on,
for
Trace.
me
Let us hear
to
it.
ride.
Bill Parker on pedal
Would
steel.
like to float away.
Wee, wee, wee.
I would like to float away.
Damn, dude.
Oh.
It's fucking gorgeous.
Thanks.
With you.
I float away with you.
Undercover.
He's the master of the bridge and the pre-bridge and the pre-chorus.
With you.
Hanging
Look at
out
this.
in the
Eric
light
Deutsch
of-
on keys.
Yeah.
Well done, dude.
Who else is in the band, Bri? I can't see.
Local guys. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cam Kennedy, Coleman Corzine, Kevin Rhodes.
Great drummer, Trace is
Here
also, by the way. No drum
comes the
bumper.
moon child. See her walk upon the water. She's her mama's only daughter. watch us live beneath the sand, and no man can conquer. Mother Nature holds the power like some sweet seductive flower in the palm of her hand. And I would like to float away.
It's kind of like, I don't know, yeah.
Okay,
I would
hold on
like
a
to
second.
float away.
I can't
Pretty.
pause it. I can't stop. We just got to play it out. Sorry.
With you,
2 guitars. I don't know how to turn it down a little bit.
with
Yeah,
you,
it's loud.
Not
But-
sure.
Funny that they chose it. I
with
give
you.
a bunch of music to check out, and like, but it fits the theme. When you see the scene, I don't know, it's a nice little meditative moment.
I want to fade it out, but I just don't want to like kill it.
Oh, you can.
One more minute. Come on, let us just play it, please.
It be you
Some harmonies coming
and
in.
me,
Pretty.
Yeah.
the wind,
Female vocal comes in at the end.
the sea, you and me, the wind, the sea, you and me, the wind, the sea. It be you and me, the wind, the sea.
Is it Pedal Steel? Who's playing that?
Phil Parker.
That was pretty.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing flashy. Real.
Dude, Trace, the masterpiece. The little masterpiece.
Beautiful.
God
Thanks.
dang, man.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Dang, the paper stars, folks.
Ah.
Trace is a little bit of an he's an American treasure. I mean, he really is. I mean, no,
That's
he
heavy.
is. He's one of these like unsung heroes a little bit, even though you're plenty sung. You know,
No, we
you
never
really
made a big
should be-
splash. We're you know, we're
No, but that's so wonderful. It's and
man, music's the best thing ever. That's
Isn't
you
it,
know,
though?
I never really I suck at most things business related. But so I don't know.
I
And
don't
it was
know.
like I said,
You did a good job when you built my house, Trace. You know?
thanks.
Trace is a-
That
Trace
didn't
is a-
suck.
he's a Renaissance
it's
man.
still-
Okay, he's
still there.
besides being a musical songwriter genius, a gorgeous guitar player, a great drummer, much
probably
better at me
I'm
and
probably
Keith.
best at drums, honestly.
I
But
mean,
most
he's
people
an
call
all,
me-
but he's also a filmmaker and then like a what do they call it? Like a journeyman carpenter. He's like, you know, and then been an entrepreneur and a father. This guy's truly a Renaissance man. And it's, I mean, we just kind of take you for granted because you're like just part of the wallpaper. But we
Speak
love
for
you.
yourself, Brian.
Well, I mean, these are I'm just.
I don't take
I'm-
either of you for granted. I know that.
No, but I mean, you're just one of the guys. You're one of the crew, But like, look,
We
at
got a
so
rad crew, man.
special.
That's what it boils
You
down
got a
to.
rad crew.
Start stacking
Very
us all
rad
up.
crew.
It's like I don't know.
We
I'm
were
so
all
tired,
in the
but-
right place in the right time of our
We
lives.
hit it real nice.
We really did. We have been very blessed.
So
Correct.
Trace, I mean, I want to get to this Phish story, but because it's kind of funny. I don't think Andrea has ever heard it. But
yeah.
just
Probably
like,
not.
you came to Boulder and you're living in the dorms. Which dorm did you live in? Do you remember? What was it?
Yeah,
Was there
Kit West. Kittredge
Kit West? Okay, and then we all moved kind of. We were all like Boulder's such a like a villagey kind of town. We all kind of
Mhm.
had our little neighborhoods. We're all meeting up at the diners and at the live houses, the Boulder theaters, at the courthouse, and on the Pearl Street
Sundowner.
Mall.
Yeah.
Sundowner, right? Playing pool, drinking
Penny
beer, hanging
Lane,
out.
Penny
Penny
Lane
Lane.
coffee shop that apparently they're bringing back.
Say,
Oh,
That's what I
Who,
heard.
That's
Johnny and
exciting.
them? Who's bringing it back?
I'll keep you posted.
All right. Well, the Laughing
Wow.
Goat was sort of like, they carried the torch.
Laughing
Forward.
Goat's still there, but I heard there's a return to Penny Lane in the works.
So who
In
did
my
you?
ears and in my eyes.
you tapped in, you met Eric on campus. So was that the sort of like, you brought music with you, obviously, to Colorado. You grew up in the church, you
I
grew up in
was
the church band. I mean,
Yeah,
where
but
did it start?
but I went to boarding school and I took my drum kit with me, and I was a drummer in the band in high school.
Okay.
In outside of DC, I went to all boys boarding school, coat and tie, church every morning, all that. Well, we had a band, and that was like our salvation because they gave us the basement room in the old gymnasium, which is like musty and like big.
Oh yeah.
Where it was like total Dead Poet Society situation. And we rocked. Like we were very good. Like everyone was a good musician, and we were just dedicated. You know, we play an hour or two every afternoon, like every day after school. And we had a very strict schedule, so it was like you had to have study hall. Everyone had to do a sport. You had to have an athletic every season.
What was your sport, Trace?
I did cross country, and then I did lacrosse.
Right.
Those are the two. Yeah.
And are you
Mhm.
Oh, and
self-taught?
basketball until I got, and I did some basketball, but I was only JV. I couldn't make the varsity squad. But anyway,
Not enough meat on your bones, I don't think.
yeah, no, never have. But anyway, too many details. But we had this basement room, and I mean, we like just put our nose to the grindstone and learned a bunch of covers, you know. And we created like a Zeppelin set, we call it Zepp set, like a whole, you know, a medley, right? That's what it is. Yeah, like where one song would feed into the other. It was like 7 Zeppelin songs, like
Oh,
with the Moby
cool.
Dick solo in the middle, like, and then like into Dazed and Confused, and then like back into Song Remains the Same. And like we crushed people. Like, it was like one of the greatest bands I've ever been in. You know, we were like 16. But we did that. So I came to Boulder with a drum kit, and I was like, huh, I hope I can play some music.
What
But
about
then
guitar? What about
I
guitar? When did you pick that up?
I did, but I was started playing guitar in the dorms there and like hanging out with different people.
Wow,
And then I was
amazing.
like, I really want to kind of write.
Yeah,
And
that's what I want to ask next. I know you've been to some songwriting classes, but it just seems like you have such a knack for it. You write the prettiest songs. I have had the good fortune to learn a bunch of them and play a bunch of them, and
well, I
they're
think,
timeless. They're like almost, they're standards, you know, Hummingbird,
yeah,
this one that we just heard, The Sea and the Wind, what is it? Lachodrome, Tornadoes in the
yeah,
Snow. There's like
yeah.
Mm.
so many great tunes that
Oh,
I really encourage anybody who's checking. So how does that start? Because you like what you just heard, and forgive me for getting this completely wrong, but like what
yeah,
you just heard, audience, is you heard a pre-verse. Like you heard this formulaic sort of song. Forgive it for me for calling it formulaic, but like your
yeah.
song
They're all formulas, yeah.
well written. They have the verse, chorus, verse, turnaround, bridge, pre-chorus, blah, 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 coda, and
Yeah,
they're like perfect. Every one.
yeah.
Like, where did you learn that? How did you figure
I
it
don't
out?
know. I don't know, but I think just listening, I think like how we all just loving all these bands and songwriters that you get introduced to. Like, I mean, I remember hearing Dylan for the first time in high school, and
Mm.
when I went to boarding school, I didn't know who Bob Dylan was. And my friend Will Mebane, my next door roommate, like played "Tangled Up in Blue," and I was like, "What the what just happened?" Like that's, and I had to listen to it like 17 times. I was like, "How did this guy put this together?" And I just remember that like that. And then it was like, oh, and then I heard like Harvest, like Neil Young, and you're like,
Mm.
what? You know, certain iconic things where you're just like, this is on another level. This is, and it was so intriguing to me that you could do that. It was just seemed like magic. It seemed like, because like you say, it is formulaic, but I'm like trying to decode the formula and to
Mm,
understand like how
Mm.
you can take harmony, melody, rhythm, pace, timing and flow and create a thing that like it's a magic spell. It gets people, you can see it affecting people, and I could feel it affecting me, and I was just like, I haven't ever felt like this before. I feel weird. Like, I'm like, what's
I want to do
going
this
on?
forever.
Yeah. And then I mean um and then seeing certain shows live for the first time. I mean, which I mean, we all have our first concert thing, but for me, it was Bon Jovi, and it was rad. I was 16, and I was with my older sister, and like, yeah, people were freaking out, man. It was Rat, Quiet Riot, and Bon Jovi.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Which I'll tell you, this was interesting. It was at the Cumberland County Auditorium in Fayetteville, North Carolina, where I'm originally from, and I had not yet left for boarding school. Like I was about to. It was like that summer before the fall that I was leaving to go away, and like my parents had split up, and I was going to boarding school. Everything was just like effed. And And so it was like a fundamental moment because like that punctuated this whole end of this time of life and then the beginning of a new one. And like girls were taking their shirts off, and it was Bon Jovi, man, like the height of Bon Jovi. It was so.
So much
And
hair.
flash forward to last year, flash forward to last year, 2024, and I find out that Dylan is coming through Fayetteville, North Carolina on a Monday night and
Nice.
playing where? That same spot.
Oh, hush now.
And has that venue changed at all? No, not even the bathrooms. Not even the
Wow.
wallpaper, not the carpet, nothing. Cumberland County Auditorium is Dylan and the band, and on a Monday night in Fayetteville. And I go in and it's a sit-down show, and it was amazing because it was the first show I'd been to ever where they take your phone away and slide it in those little pouches, you know?
Ooh.
And I was like, sweet move, Bob. I would expect nothing less. Your phone's gone, and I'm in this like 1950s auditorium. And I'm like, it's a complete time warp because the phones are gone. Everyone's just hanging out together. I was trying to find buddies, and I was kept reaching for my phone to like text me like, where are you? I was like, I can't. I got to use like ESP. I'm like, I
Yeah,
find my friends.
yeah.
Like, and then I'm like vibing, and then I find them. I'm like, there they are over there. You know, like
That's
through the
how
crowd.
it
Like,
used
hey,
to be.
how it used to be. That's what I'm saying. And then I'm sitting beside this older couple, older than me even. They're old, and I'm like, and I noticed that they're talking, and they have a like an English accent. I'm like, hey. You know, I'm like, you know, me, like, yeah, I'm like, hey, what's up? What is? I was like, this can't be your first Bob Dylan show. He's like, oh no, mate. He's like, I'm like, well, what was your first show? He's like, oh, Isla White, 67 or 69,
Shush
whatever. Isla White. I was
now.
like, you gotta be kidding me. And he's just like, oh yeah. And I'm like, what are you doing in Fayetteville on a Monday night, man? Like,
Wow.
Amazing.
and then I just got my mind blown by Dylan that night. I thought it was, and you know, again, I'm definitely a major fan, but you know, and everybody will say what they will. I mean, he's an elder, major elder, and none of the songs sound like a recording or anything. It's a wild show, but like,
What was the highlight of the set list? Anything
oh
stand out?
man, yeah, it was oh god, what's the name of that song? It's A Million Miles from You. That Daniel
That's
Lanois
good.
Mm.
Still a Million Miles from You. It's
Yeah.
so vibey and cool. And then that other newish one.
That was on like Love and Theft or Modern Times. It was on one of those records, I think.
Yeah, no, it was on the Daniel Lanois one, the one they recorded in New Orleans. What's that one called? Time Out of Mind. Time Out of Mind.
Are they
Yeah,
all three?
that's
Did I say it? Yeah, they all three were bleeding together for me. Those are all so great, right?
Yeah.
And that one is so and all the tunes on that.
Oh, and
Highland.
he did When I Paint My Masterpiece, but in like a
wow.
rum book kind of. It was like a Latin lounge version of When I Paint My Masterpiece. It took you like 2 minutes to figure out like that's the song he's doing. You know, 'cause he's mumbling like, and you're like, what? And you're like, oh my god, it's a totally new treatment. But they were just the whole. There was nobody ever took a solo. It was just so vibey. Nobody had any pedals. There was this like younger black dude on drums that was like just so great, playing mallets the whole time, never hardly played a stick. It was just laid back and vibey, and Bob was just like kind of drooling a little bit and just like standing. He'd get into it and like stand up behind the piano and be like, and you're like, oh yeah, Bob, like, he was feeling it, man. You know, I was like on a Monday night in Fayetteville, and I was like, dude, like endless world tour. It's unbelievable.
That's neat.
I
so
had
cool.
I saw him at the Fillmore way back in the day when he's like in his pencil thin mustache and like Mexican tuxedo era.
Not when he did it with Paul Simon in Denver.
That one.
Fillmore, that show. Oh, I wish I was there. That was
a good show.
I know that was good.
Man, and it's like I've had a couple of chances. He's come to Japan, but tickets are like $500. I'm like,
Lord.
The one show I saw was so good. Oh yeah,
I thought it was like $42 when I just went on Monday night.
Really? That's amazing.
My God, insane.
So great.
Okay, so let me ask you. You mentioned Neil Young. You mentioned Dylan. You mentioned the band. You mentioned, or no, maybe not the band, but who is like, who else that maybe we don't know? I know you're a big Wilco fan. Who are some of the deep songwriters that you really love?
You turned me on more to Tom Waits, which was huge.
Really?
That was
like
a diner
couple of
staple.
Yeah, I knew a couple of, and I knew like the classic, like a couple of but I'd never gone deep into the catalog, and so he blew my mind for sure. Leonard Cohen, I mean, 100%. All the classics, you know, But I think we've all.
Who do you
But
love?
like
Who's something that we should?
I don't know. I love like old country too. Like all the classic old country is huge for me. I mean, that's what I grew up on, and Elvis, and like Ricky Nelson and stuff like that. My mom would play. I'd stand
Love
up on
Rick
the
Nelson.
ottoman, of the chair, and like dance with my mom to like Ricky Nelson and Elvis and all that stuff,
Oh,
and
that's cute.
R&B, and like whatever, like Aretha and Gladys Knight and stuff like that. My mom loved all the R&B stuff.
Yeah.
Did you read that
So
Dylan
nice.
book, The Anatomy of the Song, or whatever that one was? The something of the
The
Dylan
Tweedy book? How to Write One Song? No. Jeff Tweedy's book or no?
No, Dylan's
Oh,
book.
Dylan's book?
Yeah.
Oh, I listened to it. I listened to the podcast of it, which is great. It's even better because he reads all of it. Or no,
Oh,
he's
wow.
reading it, and he has actors come in and read.
I think, yeah.
It's like all like it's like the history of popular music, right?
Right.
Neat.
The audio version of that is amazing.
Okay,
Amazing.
cool.
He
talked
John
about
Goodman's reading it, and
right.
I forget like I can't remember all the different actors, but a bunch of different ones.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then
What's it
about-
called, you guys?
the
Anatomy of the
history
Modern Song. I
Oh,
think.
Anatomy of the Modern Song. Yeah, there you go.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But he talks about how Ricky Nelson should get a trophy for basically bringing rock and roll into every home across America. He attributes Ricky
He was
Nelson.
huge.
Yeah, very. I love this. So
Well, I watched old cowboy movies, and he played the character of Colorado in Rio Bravo, which is a John Wayne flick that my granddad turned me on to. And I was like, who's that guy? He's playing guitar in the jail cell. And he was like, they made him a deputy, and they called him Colorado. Look up Rio Bravo. That's like one of the great westerns of all time, and it's Ricky Nelson playing Colorado.
Crazy.
Trace, I feel like so much of the Colorado scene is are East Coasters. There's a lot of East Coasters and a lot of New Englanders, and we've had Dave came on here before, Dave Watts of Boston. Where's Dave from? I insulted him.
He's from Miami, but he went to college in Boston.
Right, and then maybe we'll have Edwin on at some point, and all these this big East.
Dave is born in Miami.
That makes so much sense now.
Right? Totally. He's born in Miami, and then they sort of move up through like maybe North Carolina, and then high school in Syracuse, New York, and then Boston College.
Kept going north.
Yeah.
Until he came west, yeah.
But yeah, him being born in Miami does make a lot of sense, doesn't it?
It does now. I would never, not until you said it, but then, yeah.
But I think a lot of those guys, I mean, just for the sake of this explanation, like they wore cowboy boots, but they didn't really, they couldn't really own wearing cowboy boots, but you can, which is only to say that you bring I don't want to say I
grew up riding horses, man. Of course I can. Yeah.
I know. No, and I just mean it as like a metaphor for the country that you just described. Cal country is so much part of your sound and your your whole vibe. And like that's an element that I think people reach for. It's like a Dylan sort of reached for it and never really had it. Like it wasn't in his blood like it is in maybe yours, maybe a little bit of mine, less so Andrea's, but. I mean, we all love it, but I do appreciate that, and I think if you go explore the Paper Stars, I mean, the thing about Still Life, we had a drummer, but it was we had fiddle and we had a chorus, and that was, and then the acoustic guitar, it just had a real acoustic. All of your stuff has this wooden sound.
I gotta keep it rootsy, man. Like that's my thing. I know.
Thank God we have that
element of the roots. Yeah.
I mean, we all love.
I love all the tricks. I love all the. I mean, back to Phish, because it was like that was my first show with Phish was 91, and it blew my mind, man. Like, and all the effects and the tricks and the bouncing on the trampolines and the vacuum cleaners and all that. I was just like, I mean, it was such art rock in the craziest, coolest way. But like it's cool because like a part of me. I just appreciated it for the spectacle and the sound and everything that it was and still do. but for me, it wasn't me. Like I knew it wasn't me, like my form of expression, but like it's how I love reggae music or something. Like I love it so much, but like I ain't gonna start a reggae band, you know, like it's not me. Like I can't, you know, so there's that thing of like, and I can always sniff that out. I feel like if somebody's like, you're just emulating something just because you just really dig that. And it's like a homage. You're like living this forever homage to this thing that like you feel connected to because you appreciate it, but then it's not. But then what I want to hear from people is like, what's you? Like where did you come from? And like what's your thing that's truly like, you know, a representation of the tapestry of you. And that's what I've tried to do. It's like, well, I know I can't be authentic any other way. You know, it's not going to sound right.
You're a
It's not gonna be right.
distillation of yourself for sure, Trace. You are as pure as they come. And I mean, to Phish's defense here a little bit, they also have those bluegrass tunes, right? And they also have the, you know, homage to the American songbook. And though they have
they can do it all. Yeah,
they can do it all, right? So we've been going here for 2 hours. I'm going to get off this, but we got to hear this Phish story. We got to hear this crazy Phish story. You've told me once. It's 1991.
I thought that was the whole thing.
That is the point. Yes, Brian.
Oh yeah,
Brian has a loose fire hose of a brain today, and he's shooting it everywhere. So he's going to reel us back.
And it's
what
beautiful.
happened?
It's beautiful. That's why
they come up to Colorado.
Uh-huh.
Don Strasberg brings them out. They drive a U-Haul out to Colorado. Maybe it was the first or the second time they were out here. How did they cross your path?
Well, people were passing tapes around. Even my last year of high school in DC, like I knew that they had played the 930 Club. And I heard about this show and I heard about this band and like the cool kids from like Charleston, South Carolina, and like somebody from wherever, like they had these tapes. And I heard one, like I feel like in 89, 90, you know, 89, 90, whatever. And I was like, oh, whoa, what in the world's going on there? And then I went to Colorado in 91. And so I was aware of Phish and I'd heard a couple of different bootlegs and blah, blah, blah. But then it was like, oh, they're coming to your town. They're coming to Denver. And
they'll help you party down.
I was on Kit West. And I'd fallen in with this. There was a Vietnamese dude, Dave, which I don't think that was probably his given name. He was great. And then these two English guys, Simon and somebody else. And they had a car. And, you know, your freshman year at CU, you're not allowed to have a car. Like I didn't have a car. But they were like, I guess, I don't know how, but they had this beater, Oldsmobile, whatever.
Oh,
big old
yeah.
hunk of steel with some bald ass tires on it. But they
perfect
had a car.
for Colorado.
Yeah, and I told them, so the word's spreading about this band, right? Everybody was talking about Phish. And so it was going to be a thing. It was like, all right, we got to get ourselves to the Gothic Theater. And lo and behold, it was like, I feel like it was November maybe. And so I'd just gotten to see you. And I'd taken them with this girl, Jenny Roper from California. And she was cute and cool. And she was like, she was down to go. And so
March
she and
15th, Trace. March 15th, 1991.
Oh, wow. Golly.
I pulled it up.
The Gothic Theater?
Yes, sir.
It was in March? Wow. Well, there's my memory for you. But I can tell you
Cold,
this much.
snowy, maybe.
Cold
I
and
can tell you this
snowy,
much.
yeah.
It snowed and it snowed like crazy and it was cold, which that sounds like Colorado. March 15th.
Yeah, that sounds like March.
But
Ooh.
that seems like it would have been 92 because I came there in 91. And then how would March have been?
It could be. Let me go back.
Theater
Oh, no,
was-
you're right. I'm sorry. No, wait. 11/1/91.
That's it. That's the one.
11/1/91.
November 1st. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
But they played Destiny.
So imagine us, like we just did
killer
Mall
show,
Crawl,
dude.
because Mall Crawl had just happened, and it was still happening back in.
Oh
those
my
days.
God! Wait till
So-
you hear this encore, you guys. Keep
This is a
going.
rad show. But anyway, we had just done like full Mall Crawl, right into like let's go see this band that I've been dying to see, and we imbibed in all the things, made a night of it, and but we hung out after the show, and I mean, blew our minds. Unbelievable show. It was. I was just like, that's one of the greatest musical experiences I've ever had. This was
They
amazing.
played Pusher Man by Curtis Mayfield
There you go.
Wow.
in the encore. Just saying. Yeah, this sounds like a pretty epic show.
And the giant country horns are with them.
They played Take the A Train. That must have been a good one.
Yep. So the horns were with them.
Yep, cool.
Oh, it was so cool. And and the Gothic's such a cool theater. And
Yeah.
anyway, we were so
Amazing theater.
just like mind melted, and so I remember because the Gothic was kind of in those days was kind of hung out there on the edge of Denver, like it was like
It's
the
seedy, yeah, for
seedy
sure.
side of town, man. It was like,
Oh yes.
and but we were good because we had a car, we had our own ride, man. So the RTD bus pulled up in front of the theater. I remember this, and like a bunch of people, kids that were going back to Boulder, all hopped on this big RTD, and they took them to the downtown station, and they were going to catch the AB back to Boulder, which we could have done and should have done, because when we got that over to Simon's old Oldsmobile with the bald tires, it was super
Oh, no.
sketchy to get there. It was dead as a doornail. The battery, somebody left something open or something.
Oh.
I remember they had all this rock climbing gear. This is just coming back to me right now, but they had these backpacks full of like ice axes and crampons and good stuff. And they were sketched about it being in the back seat, and so they had locked it up in the trunk. And anyway, it was this whole thing. But we had hung out and saw everybody. We wanted to see the band. We wanted to see everybody off. We were just hanging. Everybody was a good time. We were the last people there. And it was like, all right, well, I reckon we better get on into the car and head back. Dead. Nobody around. Went back to the venue. We're like on the door, like, let us in. Like nobody's there. No, it's gone. And I was like looking around. I'm like, it's really dark. It's really cold. I had like a flannel shirt. That's it.
Oh no.
And like, I had nothing. No coats, no mittens or hats, no beanie, nothing. I had Jenny. I was like holding her. I was like, okay. I'm like, and all of a sudden I'm looking around. There's just like shadows emerging from, people. And I'm like, oh God, where are we? What's going on? Reality's kind of setting in. And I'm like, I look way down Colfax and I see a light. Like it looked like it was 17 miles away. I was like, we got to get there. We got to get that right. So we just started walking through this blizzard, y'all. It was a full out blizzard. And we walked by a cop who was like sitting in the car with it on, and like everyone was like, we can't go there, can't talk. Like 10 blocks later, I'm like, maybe we should have asked that guy for help.
Oh no.
Everyone's freezing cold. I'm like walking over homeless people, the whole thing. And we're just these howlies from the college, And anyway, we finally it's coming into view, and it's a 7-Eleven. And I'm getting there. We're finally getting there. We finally walk in, and that feeling like you've been so cold, and like I opened the door, and all of a sudden it was just like so bright in there. It's just like blinding you, and all we wanted was hot chocolate, like anything warm. So, and we looked like I could see the person, like the guy, like looking at us walking the door. He's just like, oh my God, what's going on? And I remember walking back to the hot cocoa machine and trying to make like some Swiss Miss, and there was a mirror behind it, and I looked at my like, purple lips and ice all over my eyebrows. It was terrible. And he took mercy on us and called, and this white Jeep Cherokee RTD supervisor car pulls up, and he gave us a personal ride to the RTD station downtown because he just took pity on us. And then we camped out there all night until like the very first Boulder bus was at like 6 a.m. And then anyway, that was my first time seeing Phish, and it was amazing. But it was like extremely memorable. And then after that came the whole thing where we found out, because we had Platypus who were playing. I had a Phish sticker on my Nissan Pathfinder on the back bumper. Like I was a Phish fan at that point. I'm like, this band rules. This is great. And the funniest thing happened, and maybe this is what you're talking about, Brian, that I don't think Andrew knew, which is like this crazy thing happened where, so the twins, right, Rob and Irv Wolf, we have our band, and I find out that they're in with Phish all of a sudden. I'm like, wait, you guys, he's like, my buddy's his roadie, and our other friend's going to be like, I think he's going to manage them or something. We're like, oh man. I was like, well, that's cool. And he's like, and they're coming to Red Rocks, like next, whenever. And I was like, well, are we going to go? He's like, dude, we're in. Yeah. He's like, and so we got passes and everything. We're like, sweet. Then I'm living on like 18th and Grove, that neighborhood, Boulder.
Yeah.
And we had the house. I was with my girlfriend at the time. And then, and we had a back house, and there's this dude, Pete, living back there. And Pete was older than us. He was like 3-4 years older, which that's like, when you're that age, you're like, man, you're like an old guy. He was in grad school, I was like a sophomore. He's in grad school, like, or PhD or something. And he kept to himself, and he just total nerd, rented the back house. And so I talked to him like twice a week, like just passing you in the kitchen or whatever. And I was like, so Pete says like, hey guys, my sister's coming from Vermont, and
and I guess she's gonna come by and visit. Her boyfriend's gonna be with her. Is it okay if they like come by the house and
Oh my God.
hang out? And I'm like, well, yeah, of course, man. Like, sure. He's like, yeah, I guess her boyfriend's like in a band, and I don't know. I think they're playing like the next couple of days. And anyway, and it's Mike Gordon, like Mike's her boyfriend. So this dude has been living in renting out this house behind us. His sister's dating Mike, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait, who's it? Who's her boyfriend? That's this band Phish, and I'm like, what? Wait a second, dude, you got the kid. So then all of a sudden, here comes Mike, and this is the day before the Red Rock shows, and because he's in town for that. And he's telling me how he'd been in Vail at some place, learning bass with some maestro up in Vail, and and I'm like, just trying to be cool. I'm like, well, hey man, can we get you anything? You know, you want a cold beer? You want to roll you one? Whatever. What? How can we be hospitable? You know, I'm a Southern gentleman. You know, that's how I was raised. And he was just real, like, no, nothing. I'm like, fine. So anyway, he was kind of being weird, to be quite honest. But I think he's probably kind of a weird dude.
We think he's the weirdest dude. Yeah.
There was something about there.
I figured that out pretty. I was like, one thing's for sure, a weird cat. But I mean, hey, so I'm in there talking to his sister. We're in the kitchen, and all of a sudden, I hear doom, 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 coming from the living room, and I'm like, what's going on in there? And I go in, and that dude had taken my guitar out of the case. It was in a case, and he had opened up my guitar case, and he was playing my guitar on my couch, like rolling through bass lines alone.
Oh my God, amazing!
I was like, hey man, like where I come from, I don't care who you are, man. Like, you know, that's cool.
You
like,
chided Mike for playing your guitar.
I love it.
Hey man, and but I was like, cool. You found my guitar there, all right? He's like, oh, hope you don't mind. His dad looks away, playing. I'm like, no, not at all. Hey man, Mr. Red Rock, see you all good. Right? But now I'm kind of like getting a sour taste. And then I'm like, I'm gonna start messing with him. I'm like, so, hey, tell me about your musical aspirations. What's the next thing for the band? I'll start grilling him about like things for the band. And like this, I think like what would that have been? Like maybe, you know, was Riff about to come out or something?
Yeah.
And so he's telling me, so we're kind of like messing with each other. He's like, well, the band's going to take a whole new direction, and we're going to do this and this and this. And like, we're really, you know, he was like, I can't even remember now. It was like, we're really trying to hit a mass audience, a more mass market audience. I'm like, oh yeah, that's really good. Like, maybe, you know, you think of Grammys in the future and all this stuff. He's like, you know, oh yeah. You know, he could tell like we're screwing with each other at this point. And I'm like, oh, that's really interesting. That's really great. Well, and then I'm like, okay, well, cool. Later, and then so they're about to wrap it up and leave, and his sister is like saying, well, hey Mike, like June, like my girlfriend June, like they may, I don't know, they may want to come to the show tomorrow night. And she was like kind of putting out, like floating it out there, like maybe get him a ticket or something. And he's like, yeah, I think the list is all, I think we're all full on that. And I was like,
oh.
But the coolest part about it was that I already had backstage passes through the Wolf Brothers, and I never mentioned it at all to Mike, and because Dustin, man, and this guy, he was so cool, man. He was their roadie,
Mike.
and he died young. He just died a few years ago. He had cancer young. Yeah, he was you know, our age, and it was so cool because he had rolled back through North Carolina recently with his family, and they were staying at the beach near us, and we hadn't seen each other for years and years and years, and I knew he had cancer. But we got a cool afternoon hang, and we're just reminiscing like this and just talking shop. But so he passed away a couple years ago. But anyway, so then I get to Red Rocks right that next night, and I was like, I can't wait to see Mike back. Can't wait.
Back here.
Yeah. And sure enough, like, you know, great show. And I'm back there, and I'm just like, hey, Mike. And he was like, turns around. I'm like, what's up, man? He's like, and it was just like this moment of like, how
did you?
I didn't give you, yeah, exactly. And I was like, later. But that Fishman came back. I'll never forget. He had 4 bottles of champagne after that show. They were so pumped, I think, to play there, you know. And he just came back and he's like shook them all and popped like 4 corks of champagne, you know,
Wow.
just at once. And it was just like, yeah. Yeah.
Amazing.
It was so great. It was so
Dude,
good.
I
Yeah.
like
that's
the
hilarious.
I like
That's
the
a-
punchline of sort of tricking the trickster.
Yeah. Oh God, he's a squirrely cat. That's the only time I've ever talked to him in my life. I know nothing else about him except that the funny thing is that we ended up the guys wanted to cover a Phish song and we covered Mike's song when we played his
Oh,
Spotify. And I was like,
that's awesome.
that's
funny.
appropriate. That's appropriate. Yeah. But yeah, that was my Phish time.
Great story, man. Thank you for
Amazing,
sharing that.
Trace.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's so fun. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Super interesting. You got to play Mike Gordon unceremoniously borrowed a Southern man's where I come from. I don't
Hey,
know
man.
who you are. That's
Yeah.
all right.
We ask permission to touch the instrument.
Yeah,
Mike,
like,
shame
hey,
on
do you mind if I
you.
play your guitar? Like,
Come on, Mike.
I'll never do that.
He's a asshole. Not
Social
that we're
graces,
gonna write him off for
seriously.
that, but
No.
you know,
Asshole.
it's a
Total
way of
That's
life,
a-
maybe.
Oh, and then I caught that Vail show with Santana up in Vail. That was really special too. That was great to see Trey and Carlos on stage together.
Oh, I bet.
That was
Nice.
sweet. Another
They're
sketchy
on a-
drive home. That was a
You know,
sketchy drive.
Trace, they had like that's the 1.0 era. I know you're probably familiar with this a little bit. Then they went away for a while, and then they came back, and then they went away for a little while
Yeah.
longer, and then they came back, and a lot of us kind of like fell off, like lost interest. And,
Yeah, I didn't have any more interest really for a while.
and then they like came back, and something happened, and we all of us who were like, wait a second, let's see what's going on in this third or fourth wave of this thing, and suddenly we're all like totally locked in, and it's so much fun,
Yeah.
and there's so much
I
vibes, and
never
so
fully
much.
made it back in the fold, but like I did go to a few more shows here and there. Like Molly, Molly traveled around with
Molly,
the band
yeah,
for
yeah,
years
right.
there, and she went to Europe with the band and
Oh wow.
all that.
Interesting.
She was tight.
Molly
get
had
her-
a whole rock and roll.
We should get her
pre-motherhood
on. Let's get
life.
her on sometime.
She'd
Let's
be way
get,
more interesting than me. She's got the real
Right.
deal stories. I'm
let's
just
hear
like,
her
he
stories.
touched my guitar once.
That's a great story,
Touched
though.
more stuff around her. Yeah,
Well,
man.
you know,
Between
Andrea's
string
playing.
cheese and Phish. Yeah, Molly was rolling around for sure.
Oh yeah, Molly's like, yeah, the cheese guys, of course. Well, we got to get the cheese guys on here too.
Got to get Travis on here. Yeah,
Travis
he and
would be a
I
hoot.
keep up. We keep
Oh,
up pretty
good.
regular. Yeah.
Yeah, I talk to him every couple of years. Edwin, do you know Andrea's playing in the May Days? Do you know about the May Days, Trace?
I don't even know about it. Tell me real quick, Andrea, because I mean, it's got to be awesome.
It's really fun. I play in a band with Kimmy and Edwin and Jake Coffin and our friend Linda Flinkman and now Liza Oxnard and Tessa. It's
Liza
kinda-
Oxnard?
Heck yeah.
Oh man.
It's a really fun band and it's great playing with Edwin and yeah, it's definitely like my nervous system reset. It's the antidote to working is playing in a band.
And playing with
Right.
Edwin, and Edwin's got interestingly Mike Gordon stories too, and it's probably best that we were flirting with the idea of seeing if we could lure you both on here, but it's good that we got one of you at a time because
No, it would take too much time. I need to eat my dinner soon,
I know.
Brian.
Hey,
Yeah.
let me wrap this up. This was a hoot. Trace,
Thank you so
I
much
was
for
late.
joining us.
You're an amazing friend.
I gotta say one thing before you wrap
Yeah.
up. You are amazing friend, Trace. But you guys, I went to Dot's Diner today.
Oh goodness.
And I met up with Howie Rubin for a little breakfast date.
Love Howie.
You know, I ran into Raul sitting there. Luna was at the
Raul.
diner.
Luna? Oh my god.
Yeah, so I told Luna I was going to hang out with Brian today. She sends her love. And Trace, I mean, we were all up in this mix for
Oh,
so
yeah.
long, just living life and meeting up at
So
the
cool.
diner. You know,
Great,
5 days a
great.
week probably. So anyway, Diner lives and it is sending you its Diner energy through me.
I still got the magnet on my fridge where the folks get their yolks.
Yes, we do.
Mhm.
I had
Had
a really good one.
Amazing days.
Nice.
Very blessed to call those days like formative. And Trace, you know, I'm just so blessed that this friendship endures after all these years, and I still thank you for.
I'm gonna get out there one day. I promise.
I really promise I
Stace
will.
said to
I
me,
say that every podcast. We're going. We'll just like come take over
It's
Brian's
so
life.
far, but
All the friends.
I got it. I
um,
mean, aside from Brian, it's just Japanese culture and seeing those
Yeah.
islands. I have too much love and respect for the whole situation to not get out there one day. So I will.
well, you said, hey, come play piano in my band. And I said, yeah, not me, dude. You're wrong, barking up the wrong. Yeah, dude, I don't need you to play. I need you to be my Meg White, on keys. And I said,
Yeah.
I can't,
Oh, that's
and I
cute.
said, no, really, I can't. And you really changed my life. It really
I
did
believed
actually.
in you, dude.
You
It's
just
all
made me
vibes. It
believe in
doesn't. It's not
myself.
about. Yeah.
You made me believe in myself. And it's not that I'm a music, I'm even half-assed good. I'm not even half good. I'm not even half-assed good. But I just,
No, but you can feel it.
Brian got that spirit.
got the
and
spirit. He feels it, knows it. That's
and
it.
if it weren't for you, Trace, I don't think I would have ever gotten there. So I really, really owe it to you. I
Aw.
really, really appreciate it. It's
Nice
a
job,
great,
friends.
yeah, it's a great it's a great privilege to have you on here as a friend and as a hero. So everybody, please check out Paper Stars. Everybody means the three. It's literally the three of us that are watching.
That's
here.
right. We're gonna check it out. I got no
We're
choice.
big in the aftermarket, Brian. We're an aftermarket podcast.
Minty Cat
It's gonna
Matt
be
sending
so
some
huge
good
in like 20
vibes.
years.
Yeah.
People are gonna be streaming this
Oh my
nonstop.
Yeah, let's get you
Here's
on
hoping.
again in the not so distant future. And we'll keep from that song, The Wind, the Sea. Congratulations, gorgeous freaking song.
Yeah,
I
really
want it on
beautiful.
wax, Trace. I want it on wax.
I know.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Gotta get
And
wax.
send our best to Molly and the kiddos and to
Please,
everybody,
please.
James and the whole crew out your way. And
Yeah.
let's just all stay connected and be blessed for everything. And thanks for everybody hanging out. Yeah, that's a hang, right, Ann? We did it.
We
That's a
did
hang.
it.
That's episode
Thanks for
season
coming
2,
on,
episode
Trace. It's
3.
great
Yeah,
to see
Trace, you're
you.
the man, dude.
Y'all
See you guys
rock.
on the next
Thank you
one.
for
Yeah.
having me.
Welcome back anytime, Trace. If you just want to hop on, open invite
right.
anytime.
Regale us with stories. That's what we're here for.
Please.
I totally blew my wad already right now. I got nothing. I'm done.
Okay, Andrea, Trace won't know this, but Gaiute.
Gaiute, the rabid fish
Oh.
fan in me, salutes and recognizes the rabid fish fan in Brian, and at one point in you, Trace.
Yeah, it's a ridiculous. Don't even ask, Trace. It's pretty stupid.
For sure. 100%.
Okay. All right, you guys
Yes.
take care until next time, right?
Love you a whole
All
lot,
right,
you
peace and
guys.
love. Bye, everybody.
Cheerio.
See ya. Woohoo.
Cheerio.
Cheerio.